So this podcast is brought to you by Viral. So they have a learning course program where you learn about financial literacy, learn about investing. They have free content on their website. So you can
check it out.
Yeah, you can check it out. You can go to YouTube.
Yeah, they got a podcast as well. You listen to all their the big names in finance as well on their podcast. Business owners.
And I understand that they also have a paid version which goes substantially more in depth called the SIB course. I guess if you were to go for market rates out there, it's what, 5,000-10,000, right?
Yeah, 10,000 ringgit. But I think for them they charge $247. So I think what you get, like the in-depth of information that you get from their course, totally worth 247. I think Andrew and I have gone through the course ourselves.
Oh yeah. Very, very in-depth.
Yeah. So compared to 5 to 10k ringgit, 1k ringgit plus doesn't sound so bad, man. And there's a 10-day refund too. So technically you can just go all in, man. Hardcore.
It's a very long course and you kind of want to sit through it and absorb it, not just listen to it.
Yeah.
So but take that with what you may.
Yeah.
And in the grand scheme of things, if it teaches you some like lifelong financial lessons, what is 1,000 ringgit? You probably used it to, pay for your credit card, or like 1/10 of your credit card this month. Yeah. So in the grand scheme of things, doesn't mean much.
Yeah, man. So key in the code YCSSIB when you check out, or you can just click the link in the description below. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, man. Actually, MJ's in this episode, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Enjoy the podcast, guys. Welcome back to Yamcha Sessions. Welcome back, MJ.
Man. Feels good. Feels good to be in the good mic era.
I'm switching today, so forgive me if I forget because of awesome conversation.
My annual pilgrimage
Your annual pilgrimage back to
to
Yamcha
this part
Sessions.
of Selangor.
But is this Selangor? Is this considered Selangor?
KL, technically.
Huh?
Technically KL.
It's technically KL, bro. It's Taman Desa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I always considered KL Selangor to be one.
You know what?
KL is Klang Valley, but at the same time, KL is KL.
When Selangor is holiday, KL is Selangor too.
Bro,
as well.
Poige's mic is not on. 3 has to go up. You all nobody noticed this, Poige, talk.
Why is talking so
Wait,
loud?
just now isn't.
Now I hear
didn't
you,
we-
Poige.
No, just now we closed that during
closed
the.
4. We closed 4.
We closed for the
Who
ad.
closed 3?
No, I closed 3 ma. Because earlier when we were doing the ad.
But I was here though.
Yeah, I know.
Then why we
I
closed 3?
switched it ma. Never mind, it's okay. You're back now.
So we closed 3?
It's okay. I could hear you earlier.
Welcome back
I could
anyway.
hear you, but that's fine.
Feels good to be back though.
I know, man. Actually, it's your first time in this studio as well, right?
Physically no lah, but like sitting here, yeah.
Yeah.
No, what? He was here when Satire was here as well.
Yeah. Were you here during
right,
Hannah?
yeah.
No, Hannah, you weren't here.
No.
Hannah, I remember it was a flood day. It was
Flood?
it was the day where it was
Chai
downpouring.
got flooded, I think.
Everywhere got flooded lah.
Everywhere.
Wait,
everywhere.
you talking about the big one in Klang?
Yeah, the big one everywhere lah. I remember it was just flooding like mad. Then she was the one. She came on that day. I remember. But I think you came another time also, or once only.
I came twice, but the other one was kind of like nothing. It was just a chat about whatever. Yeah. I remember we had like a list of questions and then we were just asking like something like, oh, what's the favorite movie or something like that.
Lord of the
Yeah,
Rings.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings. Mine too.
Yeah.
What?
Changed
Yeah,
my mind.
I cannot. No, I
What?
feel like I cannot watch it. It's too white.
It's the only time I can, like if I want to cry that day, I can induce the crying.
Seriously?
Yeah, Lord of the Rings.
Fucking hell.
Did you watch Lord of the Rings? You guys
Yeah,
watch?
yeah, I did.
I watched Lord of the Rings.
Right. So I know you're a fan, right? So what's your favorite scene?
Rohirrim. Rohirrim. man.
Rohirrim,
It's
What?
The Pelennor Fields.
very well.
When they were in Gondor,
It was-
then they're about to lose already,
Yeah,
then
then-
suddenly the horn blows.
Bro, that was such a good speech, bro. Until today, right? Like it would.
You can recite it, huh? A red day.
Wait. Let me see. Eomer,
Yes.
take your something to the flanks. Fought and feel no darkness. Something like that, right?
yeah.
A sword day, a red day,
Dan.
and the sword rises. Then you got Dan. Then it was like so cool. You know that movie is like 2004. Until today, right?
2003, yeah.
It's still one of the best entrance.
The cinematic also is really
so
good.
good. You know, it was really.
Do you know that the majority of the riders
Are
of Rohan
watchers?
are women?
Women?
Yeah,
Women
yeah.
rights. See, we've been providing women
Yeah,
rights.
so they had
since
to
2022.
put like fake beards.
Fake
so
beard,
that
ah?
they look.
Yeah,
So, you know, what? Eowyn is not
Equality.
alone actually.
You were not alone.
Eowyn is not the only girl there.
Technically.
Wait, majority were women.
Yeah.
A big chunk lah, because they didn't have enough.
Men.
And a lot of people on set like were women, and the people like taking care of horses and that were women as well. There were a lot of horses.
Still a great movie, man.
Yeah, yeah. But for me, it's definitely you bow to no one.
I
That
only
scene?
Serious?
For me, I always cry at that scene.
Why?
You don't know that scene?
What scene?
You bow to no one.
Oh, that was a good scene,
Oh.
man.
Huh?
My friend.
My
Who's
friend,
bowed
you
to
I
bow
feel
to
like
no
you're
one.
all speaking English, but not speaking English.
So actually, the book had a even like cooler
Line.
phrase.
Yeah, that was a
Like,
good
so the
scene.
book was like. So do you all know the scene we're talking about?
I don't think they know anything.
Right at the end when King Aragorn was
Okay, you know that
proclaimed king.
those short people that
Hobbits,
save,
dwarves, the
they
hobbits.
save
hobbits. Okay.
yeah, hobbits.
So then so Aragorn got crowned king. Then
Okay.
he kissed Queen Arwen and all that. Everyone started bowing. So
Okay.
then he was walking around. Then the 4 hobbits
Bow to them,
bow to them. Sam, Frodo, Merry, and Pippin bowed to them.
Oh, then he
Yes, I
he
saw-
says
yes.
you bow to no one.
No one. So then everyone bowed, right?
To them.
So the book, right, the line which is actually, I can't believe it, I'm saying this actually gives more chill when you read the book. It was something like, for a brief moment, they stood taller than
Oh, yeah, I saw
anyone
that.
in Middle Earth, which is cool because
Everyone bowed to the
they were hobbits, because they were the shortest
they're the
people.
shortest
Right.
ones.
So it was like this
Are
poetry
dwarves shorter or
thing. No,
hobbits
dwarves are
shorter?
a bit taller. The difference between a
Wait,
dwarf
wait,
and a
dwarves
hobbit-
are taller.
then hobbits.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
The difference between a dwarf and a hobbit in personality is that a hobbit is like a chill guy.
Whereas
he's like a
dwarf
Hawaiian,
is,
you know.
Yeah, but whereas a dwarf is very Viking-esque, and then he's very like harsh.
Not only that, he's very dwarves are very tech savvy,
I
very
see.
tech savvy.
They're basically the Indians of Middle Earth also.
Something like that, and they're short.
okay.
and yeah. So sure. Yeah. So that's
Right.
good philosophy.
Good scene.
I only remember the line. I remember the line where Gandalf is going to die the first time, and he goes like,
Run, you fools! Yeah.
Good scene also. Good scene also. Good scene.
A lot of moments are run to the bridge of Khazad-dûm.
Oh, good scene. Good scene.
lot
Whatever
of
is good
these
scene.
scene,
Good scene. Good scene.
I feel like a lot of the race is too white for me. I cannot.
Too many white people, is it?
It's too white. Like,
White.
yeah.
White people, is it?
White people.
Not white people. I just feel like the whole story is very white. Like, it's
Or a lot
I
of
mean,
things happening.
Yeah, or maybe it's because like if you were to compare like example to samurai stories, it's too Asian. I don't know, I guess, but there's so much. There's a lot of like stories revolving Nordic, Spartan,
or white in that sense, lah.
like the Western
Sure,
folklore and all that. Or when I was young, I didn't mind it,
yeah.
but then as I grew older, I just feel like it's cool, but I feel like I relate more to the Asian stories more. Like for example, if you were to compare lah, I would like to watch samurai shit versus the Nordic shit. I would rather watch
Fair enough.
China fighting people.
Yes,
Yeah, compared to the Western shit. I don't know. Maybe it's an age thing. I don't know. So
Nah, man.
Yeah.
you still prefer the white shit?
Yeah. I mean, if you're talking hardcore China, like Walai Toy shit, where
No
they're
lah.
like jumping from bamboo to bamboo, that's a bit intense. Huh?
I think it's just the production is not good. The Asian one. Only the Japanese and the Korean ones are really good.
Yeah.
And then the rest are just subpar type shit. Like Mat Kilau, you know. It's like, wow, damn bad.
Ooh, Mat Kilau, yeah. I didn't get to watch it, but I heard like there's a conspiracy, right? A lot of people say they removed Thor because of that gay scene.
Fuck off. Wait, what gay? No.
No, there's
is
the
it-
butt scene and then the homo scene.
No, bro. The reason why they didn't allow Thor to be screened
Right.
is because it's the connotation of God killing.
Oh.
Yeah, you normally can snip out like a kissing scene or a gay scene. You can, but this one is very difficult because it's part of the narrative of the story. So because Marvel was unwavering, they like we can't change the script.
Yeah, you have to chuck the whole movie.
If
You have to chuck the whole
if
movie.
you watch the
already.
movie, there was actually not many god killing.
There's no.
No, but then there's another conspiracy, right? Because
Mat Kilau came the same
yeah,
time.
I came out doing Mat
Yeah,
Kilau.
yeah,
And they want people to watch Mat Kilau like, hey,
There's a
fuck
conspiracy
no.
lah.
I'm not watching Mat Kilau if I cannot watch
But
Thor.
then they should ban God of War.
Yeah, yeah.
The game
make a
should
good
ban
point.
it. Should
Yeah.
ban it.
That is more.
Dude, that guy is
brutal.
hardcore, man. That one is
yeah.
the entire pantheon he killed. No?
That's
Yeah.
literally the plot.
yeah, it's a one by one. Take him out.
Yeah.
That's true. He even like severs them in a savage
You know how
way.
we kill Hercules? Intense.
Hercules,
In God of War 2, bro, he
I
murdered
think the worst one for me
Zeus,
was Hermes.
Hermes.
Bro,
the running one,
speed
right? Yeah, I
he
remember
ripped
that
his head
too.
off one.
Bro, he ripped his goddamn head off and then put as a trophy at the back, I think.
Yo, yeah,
That's some
man.
intense stuff, man.
Hermes.
You know, if you play God of War 1, you could rape.
Ah, yes, ah.
Yeah, you rape, then you get souls.
No, you're not rape. You're just
You go to a
fucking a
bottle,
prostitute.
you go to a prostitute, but goddamn.
It's the starting of the game.
Yeah,
The
then
starting,
like,
the starting of the game, you come out of bed after having sex with 2 ladies.
and you have to do it. You need the souls, bro.
Yeah, you need the red color things to power up your thing. So you can
Wow.
you can fuck the girl and then boom 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 boom.
This
The
is
red color
a
orbs
video
come
game
out.
royalty, man. God of
Yeah,
War.
yeah. And until today, I still feel like that original God of War was,
So good, bro.
was probably the best.
Or one, nah.
1 and 2
The
felt good.
1 and 2 was
But don't you
shit.
think like 3 really, if you bring it back to when it came out, right? 3 really set a new standard. I always remember the first scene because the end of God of War 2 was when he freed the Titans, right? Kronos and all that to attack Mount Olympus.
the one that's like a big mountain.
And then they
he's
were
walking.
climbing.
Yeah,
they were
pretty good ending.
counting Olympus.
it's Pandora's box, right?
Yeah,
God of War
and then
2.
they was fighting Poseidon. Wow, that scene was crazy. He had to like fight on
Then
the
when-
tentacles. Wow,
Then when you kill
different.
when you kill Poseidon, fucker, the water level increase.
Ah.
Wow, shit.
That's when I knew this game is a different. It
It's a
really
whole new
elevated. Yeah. And then when I saw God of War 4, I'm like, wow, okay. Different.
The latest God of War, not Ragnarok, the one before for PlayStation 4 one.
The sun, lah.
The sun one.
Atreus.
Yeah, come here, boy. You know, under that shit.
yeah.
I cannot beat it. You know, it's so difficult. I played like easy mode.
Oh yes.
I cannot beat it. Like the beginning part, you fight this guy with a lot of tattoos.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Isn't that
You're in
the
a
Thor's
snow-
half brother?
I think so. I think so. Yeah. I cannot beat him, bro. I just stuck there, you know. And I was so
Gotta get good, bro.
I was so gung ho at like playing the game, and I was like, I'm gonna buy it. I told Jen, hey, God of War is fucking sick. Can't even beat the first boss. Then Jen was like, I thought you really like this game. And I'm like,
I mean, I really like it. Doesn't mean I'm good at
I
it.
just watched the cinematic cutscenes now. I just want to hear the story. See the
Yeah,
story.
I'm more interested in
5 hours
stories,
cinematic cutscene. Okay, watch.
Let's go.
yeah, it's true. It's true.
It feels long, right? But hey, you think about it, you watch Netflix, it's like 10
Nothing.
hours at least for.
But the story is so good as well.
It's
Because
good, it's
when,
very good,
When you
very
play the game, they allow that storytelling.
Yeah.
Whereas a movie is capped. Even the TV series is capped to a
Yeah.
certain extent. Yeah. Hey, you all watch Chainsaw Man?
No.
No, I haven't watched it. I'm saving up, lah. I'm saving up that one. I'm saving up Bleach and all that. Then I'll watch.
Oh, Chainsaw Man fucking good lah. Fuck man. Sorry to go off tangent. But I think God of War was damn good. It's just I couldn't top the level. It's not even like midway, you know. People are gonna listen to this shit, right? And they're
just-
gonna be like,
just watch the
wow, this
cutscene,
John
bro."
fucking loser, bro.
Just watch the cutscene, bro. You know, I just watched the cutscene.
Oh,
That's
you
what I need
watched
to know.
cutscene,
That's what I need to know. I want to know the story. I don't want to play the game.
That, Assassin's Creed, all these watch cutscenes.
I just want to. I want to know the story. I don't want to play the game.
But did y'all play Assassin's Creed?
I played until
PS2 only.
Brotherhood only, which is like 2010.
Oh shit.
Xbox
shit.
360 back then.
I didn't even play it.
It's actually quite nice. I have to say, as AC2, AC3, AC Brotherhood, the one where they go from Rome, Florence, and then Istanbul. I thought that was like one of the best ones.
But what is Assassin's Creed about? I don't even understand it. Like, is it just
No, it's basically like modern day people tapping into they have this word already. I can't remember. There's this machine. Is it something? I can't remember.
is it like the Matrix where like you
some
plug
matrix? Yeah, but this one you get to tap back into your ancestors' memory.
in? Oh shit.
So this guy that initially was Dennis Miles or something Miles lah. Then he can go back. So the first one he goes back to Altair, which is the first guy during the Crusades, the 1100s. Then after that, he go back to Ezio, which is an Italian guy in Florence. And then after he go back to like the Caribbeans, the Americas, the then ancient, I think Egypt. There's one as well. Greece.
or hence all the varying cultures lah.
So
at
he
the
needs to
period.
go back to find out like information to fight this particular organization, which I also unfortunately can't remember, that is like trying to take over the world. So he needs to tap back into his ancestors who fought the ancestors of this
Holy
villain.
shit. That sounds like a
Villain
great
organization.
script.
It's fantastic, but the gameplay is nice. But you know now, working adults, you have no time to play, and Because the fun of those kind of open world games is that you get to get a sense of like that side quest,
It's the exploration of
the
the
exploration.
game.
But you play now, we cannot really.
Cutscenes.
Yeah, man. It's
So now
true.
you just watch the cutscenes.
Just watch cutscenes, bro. YouTube cutscenes
depressing.
done.
Fuck, man.
You know, right? I played the recent Pokemon game on Nintendo Switch, not the Scarlet Violet one, but the Arceus one, and I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
because it's basically Pokemon in the past,
Right.
and when they developed a Pokeball for the first time type of thing, it's like made out of wood one, you know. Yeah, and
That's good. That's
you know, in the modern games, you would encounter Pokemon and it would then you battle the Pokemon and then you can catch it, right? So in this Arceus game, you had to sneak up and catch the Pokemon because you don't have Pokemon. And if the
don't have Pokeball, you mean?
don't have Pokeball, and you don't have a Pokemon with you also in the beginning.
So you have to catch with a net or something.
No, you catch with the ball. No, bro, fucking hell. You catch with the ball, but you have to sneak, you have to go behind, and then you throw the ball at the Pokemon, and the Pokemon, but then you will go inside the ball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then that will become your Pokemon. So you can sneak. There are many ways to catch it or distract it, because sometimes you can't even beat it.
Then you sneak up to a Lugia, man.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Then you start singing, that's it, then you're gone already.
But it's quite cool. I feel like the concept was good, but I couldn't finish it because I just didn't have time.
yeah, that's what I mean. There's a lot of nice games. Elden Ring is another one. I saw
Sounds so familiar.
Elden Ring. It's actually a Berserk inspired
Oh,
game.
fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Dark Souls.
I heard of it.
yeah,
It was a good game. It was a good game.
You
The
like
final
Berserk?
boss look like shit though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. The final boss, the how they look.
Yeah, but it's also a God of War type of game lah.
Is it like a very brutal thing where you like slash?
It's inspired by Berserk.
It's a lot of blood lah. Okay.
Okay lah, that's.
But it's a super
intense.
long game, right?
It's super long. There's
Yeah.
don't know how many bosses
And
one.
if the boss hit you 3 times, you die as well. So
Yeah,
What the fuck? Every time you die?
Correct.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking game is
you
this?
actually human, bro. You just die.
Yeah.
Some boss hit you 2 times, you are done, bro. You need to dodge and shit like that.
Oh shit!
So even easy mode, I
Is
think
it PC?
I play in PC. Most of the good games now are on most.
But this kind of game, I will still want to play on a controller. It doesn't have to be PC or console. I want to play on a controller.
Oh, so you would purchase the controller and play it?
I have a controller at home.
I see, I
But I
see.
play FIFA on controller.
Bro,
Yeah.
FIFA on controller mandatory,
Who
bro.
play FIFA in keyboard
Got
like
one.
special?
Got,
yeah,
got,
I've seen a
got,
lot.
got,
Like,
got.
Y'all need buy
Psychopaths lah, psychopaths.
y'all need to buy controllers lah. You know?
Bro, I feel like if you were to play with a keyboard, I think it's better to play first person shooter with keyboard and mouse.
yeah. Facts.
That one
Oh, yes.
cannot play with controller, bro.
And bro.
Bro, Drew is fucking crazy. You know what? He plays COD like shit last time, you know?
Yeah.
Only on controller. I'm like, dude, I don't know how you play.
Savage.
I was fucking top tier, bro, that time.
Controller.
His
How you
lingo is basically KD ratio, bro.
how do you control the sensitivity and all that?
Bro, you max sensitivity.
Is
And-
it PS or Xbox? Sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
You
PS
max sensitivity.
Max
Four.
it, bro.
3 or 4 he used to play.
That's
Damn crazy, you know. I could never get it. I
It's
never
a whole
played.
science, bro, that time. Now I play the same game. I fucking suck.
What game?
COD.
I'm fucking
Call of
rubbish,
Duty.
mate. Yeah?
Oh, I still good, bro.
Fucking rubbish.
I
No,
use my
but-
Yeah, but you
ancest-
play so much for a day.
my ancestry.
But you play on bro, talk to Mike. But you play PC, ma.
sure PC COD.
Yeah, he's saying he played it on PlayStation, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bro, that's damn difficult, you know. Yeah. The
It's great, lah.
the aiming dot
Crosshairs.
What?
The crosshairs.
I feel like
Yeah, it's tough, man.
shooting game in PC is much more better.
Yeah,
Because
most people.
the mouse is
Bro, it's easier, bro.
yeah, it's easier.
It's easier, bro.
Much more better.
It's easier, bro.
It's definitely easier.
I mean, I think the experience is better as well, lah. Because you can headshot easier, ma. Right? Whereas, like, if you were to play on PlayStation, oh my god.
Tough life.
Yeah, your the analog is so difficult to navigate.
Well, one game that's actually good on both for me, PC and controller is GTA. That one is good regardless. Do you know? Do you know GTA 6
I don't know.
on the way
I stopped
after 10 years?
I stopped playing GTA ever since GTA 1 lah.
Huh?
Yeah, I never
GTA
actually
5,
played the
GTA 5 is so good. They milk that shit so long, you know.
I didn't
you know
play
how
GTA
many
5.
different online, the different stuff.
I know
Wow.
there were a lot of skins lah. There were a lot of like
A lot of mods, bro.
mods.
Superman mod where I go around.
can fly and
blasting
shit.
people. Thanos mod, can meteor fall down. And,
What?
yeah. Got Batman
Thanos,
mod.
not pain that one.
Every time some movie comes, I bet there's a Black Adam mod. I bet your YouTube now,
Confirm
Black Adam mod GTA 5. He's there.
Confirm gone. Yeah.
Confirm he's there.
Yeah. But I think like I stopped at GTA Vice City. That was the most.
Vice City brings back memories.
Yeah. GTA Vice City,
Also, you didn't even play San Andreas, huh?
I played but I couldn't enjoy it. Right? Like CJ was so difficult. Everything San Andreas is
shit.
difficult.
Here we go.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Here we go.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know from San Andreas.
San Andreas was so difficult for me, so I didn't really finish it. I only
Yes,
actually to be fair, I think Vice City, so I didn't finish it.
Vice City
Just
was nice.
there to fuck around, you know.
Yeah, Vice City is to fuck around, bro.
Yeah.
Like you do all those cheat codes, you know. And I was like 11,
So
maybe.
fun, man. The amount of freedom in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Wow, it's like living another life, mate. Fucking get a tank that falls from the sky.
Yeah.
Then you go in a tank, then you fucking blast the shit out of random cars.
And you know what? We all played it. Didn't end up murderers.
Yeah.
You don't know that, but yeah.
Yeah, so far. so far, so good, right? Remember everyone was saying, hey, can't play GTA 5 later become
Gangster or
Who
like
says that, lah?
violent
Who
or
people say
whatever.
that, lah?
God,
parents,
parents, ah.
Parents.
Bro, you know,
They the murderers, bro. That's why.
I was playing it with Andrew, right? And it's a single player game. So basically we just take turns killing people only. Just to see how many stars we can get as the wanted vigilante. type
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Right. That's the only
5 stars
premise.
was quite hard to get, right?
It's
man?
damn
You killed
difficult.
How many people?
damn
No,
hard,
you need to kill police.
No, you
Right?
cannot. You cannot die also. That's the thing. Because the helicopters come and
Correct,
everything
correct.
like that, ma, right? But then my dad saw us, right? Like just sniping people's head, right? And he's like, what's happening? And then he banned us from playing the game.
Yeah, same.
I mean, as a parent, I can see where he's coming from.
Yeah.
But at the same time, bruh, relax lah. It's a game. What's
Yeah,
the worst that
man.
can happen?
Yeah, man.
People will say 1 out of 2,000, one of them become murderers.
What if, right?
Bro, we're from OUG.
What
bro.
if the game is allowing me to vent?
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, actually, there's an argument about that. Actually, I read somewhere say that because of these games, people don't become.
yeah, quite the contrary to popular belief.
In fact, I think it's better because it trains your like hand-eye coordination, which I feel like a lot of people lack. It's true, you know. Like people who don't play games as much, I think their hand-eye coordination quite shit. Or at least they play music, then it's good.
You know, like one thing. So recently, I don't know if you guys watched the Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix series.
I haven't seen it.
What is
really
who is
good.
Jeffrey Dahmer?
It's a serial killer.
I think he's a very unique serial killer.
He's the Bundy of 2022.
No, no. The guy did it in the late
80s, 70s.
80s.
Yeah.
No, this guy, he has an interest for taxidermy.
Oh my lord! So human taxidermy.
He started with road kills, so squirrels, beavers, whatever that just die on the road. Then his dad would bring it to him. Then he would play around with the organs and all that. And he actually got he gets erotic from hearing the sound of organs squishing.
That is gnarly, bro.
But then you pair that with abandonment issues because the parents divorced and then both the parents wasn't really home. Then he became a serial killer.
oh shit!
Yeah, and then he became specifically a homosexual serial killer. He would only aim guys on you guys.
Oh,
You should watch the movie. You should watch the series. It's very good. But you know what's the best thing about this guy is that he's like a normal guy. You told him he's an absolute normal guy, and when he got caught and all that, he just say, "I know nothing I say can excuse what I did, and I do not deny anything that I did. Everything I did 100%, and nothing I can say will be enough for the families. The best I can do is to help the police identify all my victims." And he wrote a very detailed, each of his victims, how he killed them, why he killed them.
So
things
why
like
he
that.
killed them, huh?
So what he would do is he would
that's fucked up, man.
he would actually, so he has these abandonment issues. So he hates it when, let's say, he finds someone that he finds attractive, just leave. And when I say leave, I mean like physically leave, you know. So like you and I.
Oh wait,
so
so go toilet and then leave?
no,
leave
like,
the house.
Leave the house.
Ah.
So what? So happened that because he can't really hold down a job, so that forced him to go to the military, and then he learned about drugs. And I can't remember the exact drug, but it was this specific drug that can knock you out for like 12 hours straight.
What the
So he learned this. So you take that plus the fact that he likes taxidermy, so he has abandonment issues. So he would go to like gay clubs, and he would try to attract gays, right? A lot of them are black and Hispanics. And then
he's white, I'm assuming.
he's white. And he would bring them back, and then you talk, and then he just get some coke or whatever or beer.
Spike the beer or the drink.
Then he had an alcohol problem, so that's one. So he would spike the drink, and then he would actually try to do this thing where he would drill into the guy's head a specific part of the
What
brain
the fuck?
to make him into a zombie. Because
So he would
did
be
it
brain
for
dead,
but then he can still move about and all that. He like to his command, like he can create a robot out of the guy. Yeah, because they could do that for animals. So he said that a specific part of the brain of an animal, I can't remember exactly what. If you poke it and then you pour it with a certain kind of acid, right? Basically, the guy is like your slave, really. But he tried that with humans. The biology didn't work lah. It ended up like killing them or like make them like dead
spastic and shit.
yeah, and so he would continuously do this, and then they end up dying. So that's when he would begin with the taxidermy.
Cut them open.
No, then he would start eating the.
Whoa, he's a cannibal as well.
Yeah. He would like cook the heart, the whatever, the meat, like steak lah, literally like medium rare with salt now.
You press this part.
Yeah. So then the remainder, he likes like looking at bones, looking at organs, squishing them. Then he would like get like aroused by hearing the sounds of
The squelching.
yeah. Then he learned a lot about acid, so he would put them in acid like
Just to test it and
barrels,
all that.
things like that. So his mistake was that he wanted to store a lot of this meat because he wanted to eat them. And the reason he wanted to eat them is not because he wanted to harm the person and all that. It's because he wanted that person to be a part of him.
Inside. Oh.
There's a
Oh my
specific
Lord.
word in psychology. I can't remember what already. A lot of things, as you can see, I forgot already because it was crazy. But that's why I find it so fascinating because he's not like some people like the Night Stalker, right? Or John Wayne Gacy, you guys know. They are just out there because they want to brutalize people. Like John Wayne Gacy, he's a clown. So where we get this notion of like serial killers and clowns and all that is from John Wayne Gacy. He was actually a clown earning good money, but he would invite guys back or whoever, guys lah mainly, and then he would like drug them and then he would tie their hands very tight and then eventually he would kill them. And he did it purely because it's
The thrill of doing it? Or?
the fact that I've like power over you.
Oh, I see.
But for Jeffrey Dahmer, it's very different. Jeffrey Dahmer, he didn't want you to leave and he genuinely like cared. And there was like a brief moment where one of the victims was like true love, quote unquote. And he was getting real. It was like a relationship lah. And that was the one where he like allowed him to leave once. I think he said once.
what?
I think so.
So
Okay,
he like,
I'm gonna
I was gonna kill you, but you chance.
yeah. But then it was like, but then he allowed him to go. Then the guy came back. Then he changed his mind and killed him.
Oh.
So I mean, that's that's why it's very unique. This guy, and it's very sad also because there's the element of the dad, which is Lionel Dahmer. He was the one that introduced him to taxidermy because this Jeffrey Dahmer was a bit of a loner. It doesn't really fit in, right? Social outcast. He wasn't like a pushover or anything, but he had like rage issues, very internal boiling rage issues.
Wait, are we talking about the dad or are we talking about him?
Son.
The son? So then the dad, because the mom is also like always OD on drugs, so she messed up as well. So not really there. So he tried to like bond with the son, and one of them was taxidermy lor.
Oh, I see. So they bonded actually through taxidermy lah.
So once he got arrested and they went to the dad just started crying and felt so guilty because he felt like he was the one.
Who brought him in?
In two ways, one with the
teach him
taxidermy
taxidermy,
stuff. Two, also because he's not home all the time.
Oh.
And then three, he also, when he looked back, right, he also had all these kind of like sick imagination, but he didn't act on it lah, right? So he just felt so weird, like the dad. So this, what I like about this particular illustration of the Jeffrey Dahmer case is that you get to see how
fucked up human beings can become.
yeah, and
This
you
some soft
almost,
white
like,
underbelly
feel
shit, bro.
A little bit. But I have a lot more sympathy for Jeffrey Dahmer than a lot of the other.
The soft white underbelly, I guess.
No. The other serial killers, like the Night Stalker guy, right? Something Richard Ramirez, or the guy is just pure evil. Then he say, "I'm a spawn of Satan." Literally, like in court, they say, like, "I don't care what you guys are saying." Like, I'm a spawn of something along the line of like, "I'm a spawn of."
I
Satan.
swear this type of shit only happens in America. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, it's either it only happens in America, or the rest of the countries just don't talk about it. I don't know.
I think so. I think the second one is true.
Right? Like, does anybody talk about Mona Fendi? No.
Yeah, but she was sick, right?
Yeah, bro. Like, you know, I was talking to Mona Fendi about with
Talking
Chok.
to Mona Fendi.
I was talking
Ui.
with Chok
About
and
Mona Fendi,
Yung
yeah.
about Mona Fendi, and they were like, bro, don't see her picture, bro, don't. Then
Why? I need to see it now.
she's like, she really looks damn evil, you know.
I'm
Mona
curious.
Fendi.
And then like apparently like they hung her because they wanted to, you get caught with drugs and whatever, they gantong you and all that
What's
shit.
wrong
Right?
with her, bro?
You see her face,
Yeah, bro.
You
she
guys can
looks-
Google Richard Ramirez. Same thing also. He has that look.
Is it he has a psychotic look?
You Google it, That's why when he say he feels like he is like representing Satan, I think.
Richard Ramirez.
And when people,
Oh
like,
yeah, man.
when
Dude, this guy looks
victims-
fucking mad.
when victims actually look at him, they actually describe him as such. Like he has these crooked yellow teeth, he has bad breath.
Yeah.
Oh, this
His
guy.
eyes is like yeah. Richard Ramirez.
You know, if he
Night Stalker.
if he closed his mouth, it's quite good looking.
Oh, another
Yeah.
fascinating thing about serial killers, right? They get a lot of love mail, A lot of women just write, I just want here's $20. And
Wow.
I really like
Bro,
like you
this
and
is
all
like
that,
the Jen and Lewen, bro. They love all this like serial killer murderer shit, man.
Yeah.
They love true crime. A lot of women love true crime.
Yeah, Jen loves true crime.
Yeah.
And Law and Order Special Victims Unit.
What's up with that?
Oh, SUV, quite interesting.
But yeah, that's
911, that sort of genre.
Jen tells me that she loves it because she loves to see like how it happens.
yeah.
But I think my hypothesis is that women actually do it. They love to watch it because they want to protect their families. So they find all these unique ways. And hence, when they find all these unique ways, it's like, oh, you can't con me because I know a lot of ways. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a plausible theory.
That's the hypothesis I have, right? Because it seems to me it's a recurring thing. Like guys just like to watch news. Like I don't know, man. I just like news. I like to know what's coming up, like Japan news, Pokemon news,
Really, yeah?
government news. I don't know. I feel like I'm fascinated or information. I just want to know more information. Like update. Like I'm a machine. Like I'm an OS, bro. But for women, I don't know. I feel like they like that sort of the dark world. Not Thor, but you get what I'm saying.
Definitely not Thor, man. that world is not dark at all. What, Malekith?
Quite
Quite
a
bad.
bad movie.
Yeah.
Malekith was a bad villain.
I think overall the Marvel movie trajectory also not so good now, lah.
Well, we'll see with Black Panther.
Yeah, man. Are you
I
gonna
think Black
watch it next week?
Panther, I think it's gonna be good, lah. I think.
Bro, the trailer looks so fucking sick, though.
Namor will be in it, man.
Yeah. First Mexican representation or some shit like that also. I read. Yeah.
Nima.
Yeah. And it looks damn good, lah. Like Shuri looks damn good as the Black Panther.
Yo, it's not Shuri though.
Bro, confirm Shuri, lah.
It's not Shuri.
How much you bet?
How much you want to bet?
50 ringgit.
50 push up.
Wow, I guess not brave enough to bet 50 ringgit up again.
I mean, we both have money, but can we both of us do 50 push up in a row?
Bro, I can do 100, bro.
You want to bet 100 push up?
Okay.
In a row,
100 push up and 100 ringgit.
Well, the stakes are high here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Might as well play poker.
Fuck off.
That'd be pretty good. at that.
I think with Marvel, the issue now is that it's not like 2 or 3 characters they can build around. Last time, the first phase 1 to phase 4, they had, of course,
Iron Man.
and Captain America, right? They're trying with Doctor Strange,
And Spider-Man, I think.
but Spider-Man is Sony, that's the thing.
Yeah, they can't.
And then Chadwick Boseman had to go.
Yeah.
Then they cannot milk Thor anymore.
Thor was so fucking bad.
All of Thor's movie, right? They made Thor, sorry, that's mine. They made Thor look like shit. He is so weak in every Thor movie, bro. Changed my mind.
That Thor movie
Thor
was just
3 was
fucking
good.
garbage.
Thor 3?
Ragnarok was good.
Right,
yeah.
No, Ragnarok as a movie was good. But still, he's so weak.
Bro, he damn OP lah. What the fuck? You got lightning, he's straight killing everybody the whole day.
I mean, if you're
Didn't
comparing with Marvel Thor, then obviously
Marvel
Marvel Thor
Thor
is different.
So disappointing, bro, Marvel Thor. Thor actually damn
Thor is quite OP, bro.
OP, bro. In by Marvel, they nerf him, right? Gao, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
He makes him look like he's like weaker than Iron Man and Captain America.
Not in the comics, man.
The comics look like he pawned everybody, bro. He's like at least top 5. At least minimum, bro. He look like he
Odin
can
also,
tap
bro.
out.
Odin can tap out a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to know a lot, lah. But I think now the big baddie is going to be about Kang, right?
Yeah.
Is he?
It's Kang,
I heard he is stronger than Thanos.
I
He's
heard
smarter.
it's going to be Doom.
Actually, Kang is just smarter. He has this technology that can just beat Thanos. He's just brains are.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Doom for some
Not
reason.
Doom, not Doom.
No, but but it's hard because Fantastic Four have to come out first.
Yeah. It's so wasted. I feel like whole Marvel thing is just a shit show
So
right
I'm looking
now.
for DC anyway. I think DC it's their time to
push.
I mean, Black Adam was
Definitely,
okay. I cannot
definitely.
wait for Black. I cannot wait. For
No, I call it Brown Adam.
Brown Adam. Yes. Brown Adam.
Brown Adam.
Yes.
I didn't watch it. I haven't watched Black Adam yet.
It's good. I think they say it's 7.5, something like that.
But there is this whole like mess with the whole DC thing right now. Because if you look at the success of those individual stories, it outshines the overall DC, you know, like the group, like Justice League type shit.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the individual movies, the standalone shit, like Joker, damn good. The Batman, damn good. You know?
Wait, the Pattinson one, is it?
Ah.
Pattinson one is good, man.
Bro, oh my god.
Really surprised me, man.
Really?
No, because what I liked was the fact that they took a completely different route.
It was the big, it was the middle, you know, like
Yeah, so
too
like the
young.
failure with Jared Leto for me was that he was too similar to the
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, because it's like that chaotic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if you're gonna play Joker the next round, I say it as if like I'm a good actor lah. But what I would do is to be a different kind of Joker, right?
I think
that chaotic.
that's why Heath did it so well, I feel.
Yeah, so you don't try to do that psychotic Joker. Maybe you need to bring back the mafia Joker, which is the
Jack
first
Nicholson.
one. Maybe, or maybe you have to do the like. Okay, why? What's what Joaquin Phoenix did it well.
Yeah.
It
Wow,
was
Joaquin was
a very weak Joker.
Yeah.
It was Joker that was in control.
Yeah.
Not like Heath Ledger. So that
before
was great.
control,
Jared Leto, what was it? It was just the hair was greener.
He's hysteria. He's
Yeah.
like mad.
Yeah, but that's Heath Ledger. Hysteria, so you're going that route. So what I think Robert Pattinson did well was that, okay, who are your reference point? Okay, you screw Clooney and Val Kilmer and all that, right? Michael Keaton, right? These guys are not
Yeah.
much.
Not real.
But we look at the two previous Batman, which is Christian Bale,
And Affleck.
Affleck. Okay, so Affleck's not really a competitor. So the big one is actually Christian Bale. Those Christian Bale, like this stoic, like
Yeah.
solve it all kind of guy, super tough, right? So then what Pattinson did was to create a weaker Batman with a lot of insecurities, and he's like an emo face kind of Batman.
But you see, right? This is where you have
did
to
well,
you have to credit the director and the screenwriter as well, because they have to shift the narrative to be in that position. You can't just do it and then say like, "Hey, Pattinson, can you do it this way?" Because it would be like, imagine you were Nolan, Christopher Nolan. And then you casted Pattinson, and he wanted to do his way of doing Batman. It's damn weird.
Cannot.
Yeah, it had to be like the
That
right
Batman going up
marriage,
against the Heath Ledger Joker is game over. Dude.
game GG,
Game
bro.
over.
Confirm.
You know the last scene, right? Or who do travel, right? Do you go and save the
the
Harvey Dent
Rachel.
or Rachel? I think he just breaks down. I go back to my bat cave, you know.
Emotional breakdown, bro.
Oh, Alfred, help me.
Emotional,
Where's
man.
Alfred? You know.
But if you look at the Pattinson one as well, right? The editor deserves a lot of praise.
Oh yeah. Okay, the one that you tell me if this is your favorite scene. Mine was the penguin one, the upside down fire one.
Bro, it's so good.
The cinematography, right?
It's so good. Actually, my favorite scene, right, is the beginning.
Oh, when they were fighting the guy, bullying the guy, right?
Bullying
then you
the
can see
Asian
it's
guy.
just a black
The
screen,
shadow,
right?
then it will
Everyone's like waiting. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he?
No, he comes from the shed. Okay, so you know if you read a lot of Batman comics, right, or even a lot of superhero comics, especially Batman, it's like, you know, they will show the whole city first, right? In the comic book, the city will be like Gotham. It's a dark night.
Yeah.
It's raining. All that shit, and you just keep reading because you think, oh, this is so fucking boring. I just want to see Batman fighting people, right?
Yeah.
But when you translate it to the movie, right, it is exactly like that, you know. It's basically Gotham, and it's like 31st October, Thursday. It's a Halloween night, whatever. And it's like, okay, this is quite similar, right? And then there's this line in the beginning where it says, you know, they have the bat symbol, and the symbol is
fear.
Yeah, it's not just the calling. It's a symbol or some shit like that. I was like, wow, that line is written so well. And then when people look at the darkness, right? I am the darkness. Because when they look at the darkness, like, fuck, is he there? When I look at a black alley, a dark alley, right? Is he there?
It's just me.
Okay, to be fair, I think there is
Damn
one.
fucking good, dude.
There's this part that I feel a bit cringe. Which is I am vengeance. I think it's a bit.
No, but you see, I think he had to say it because
Why?
there was no identity. He's not a Batman. He's just a guy that wants to do his revenge thing, right? And he doesn't have a name. So when he said "I'm vengeance," it's a mistake because towards the very end, another person says "I'm vengeance" as well, and he's like, "Fuck, it's bad. It's a bad example I'm setting." So it's a discovery point for him, which is character growth, which I enjoy a lot. Which I feel a lot of movies don't utilize enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah, character development I feel is lacking severely. So when this Batman was here, it's very easy to start with an origin story because there's a lot of character development, and it's the typical Hobbit. You know, like Frodo is called upon. He's living his day-to-day life. He feels like it's not enough. Then there is a calling to do a mission. You do the mission, you come back and you grow. You realize, oh, I had to do a lot of things. I had to make a lot of sacrifices. Same thing with Harry Potter. Same thing with a lot of other stories. So it's very easy to start a story like that. But what Pattinson did was there's no origin story. He's midway in his career. So they had to find something like that. And I think I'm Vengeance is very good.
Yeah. That's why overall I thought Pattinson did very well. Fantastic.
Oh, it was phenomenal. Especially do you feel as if he's very imposing? Do you feel like he's so tall, he's so big?
Right? I think I would agree with you only to the extent of what you're describing, but I think why I wouldn't say imposing because I think he's a scrawny guy.
He is, but I feel like when they shot him, when he rises, it's like he blocks out the whole screen. It feels very imposing. I really, really enjoyed it. I actually, every time I like, when you go through HBO or Cinemax on Astro and all that shit, it's very rare to find a movie where you like stop there and you're like, wow, then you just get hooked. Then you just keep watching the whole entire movie. Then you're like, I don't know why I watched this whole fucking movie. I just wasted my time. Right. I feel like the Batman has this. You can stop at any point and you're just like, El Rata. Then you're like, I remember this part. Then you continue watching. Or I remember the iceberg. Then you're like, Then you continue watching.
Iceberg.
Yeah, it's damn good I feel. And there was this podcast with Dolby.
Dolby Atmos.
Dolby Atmos, the sound.
Oh, yeah.
So the podcast was this. It's a podcast by Dolby, and they are speaking to Matt Reeves, who's the director, and he's like, sound was a very big element in this entire movie. So when you hear the rain, no city in the US rains like that, bro.
Yeah, not really.
There's no such thing, man.
That's KL, bro.
Exactly, but when Gotham has a feel. So when they created the entire movie, the sound treatment for the whole entire city was very important. And it's all fake one. Like, bro, when he stands there with Catwoman, it's like the sky is fucking nice and shit. It's all screen,
Yes, sir.
It's all screen. It's like LED screen and just standing in front of LED screen. And the sound, they have to make it sound like that. The morning, the night. It's a whole character in itself for Gotham. Wow, I fucking enjoyed it. And I was shitting on it some more. Yeah. Yuren was like, bro, you gotta watch it, bro. Then I watch it. I think it was okay lah. But when I rewatched the second time, I was like, wow, actually it's damn good. Maybe I was like expecting the phenomenal or some shit. But then when you really look at it from a different perspective, it aged very well for me. I enjoy so much. But this month is damn mad for entertainment lah. There's a Wakanda Forever. There's a Joji album that came out last week. Then there's the Makoto Shinkai movie, the Suzume one.
And Pokemon is coming out.
Pokemon Scarlet is coming out.
World Cup.
World Cup.
It's damn mad this month. I feel like how to keep up.
You don't keep up. You just don't.
TI just finished.
Yeah, TI just finished.
What's TI?
The international. Can't you not know that?
What's TI?
The international is like the Dota World Cup.
The international.
Oh, right.
It's the highest, the biggest prize.
It's the
pool.
World Cup for Dota 2.
Yeah.
How many times has it happened?
What's
This is
it?
the 11th.
What the fuck? It's the 11th
Bro, it's the
time?
biggest prize pool for esport, bro.
17 mil, right, this year?
Yeah, last year the winner won 11 million.
Wow. Damn. One winner only or what?
A
Team,
Oh, it's a team.
team of
You
5.
split 5.
Oh.
No, they split the organization.
The organizations get
then
like
the team.
20%.
Right. There's an
It's like K-pop
organization.
stars. They don't, the ticket money, they
but
don't take everything.
Yeah.
For the international, the org takes like 20%. Then the balance goes to the
I guess depends on the org, right?
depends on the organization lah. But still,
I can imagine Secret will probably have more to the players because Puppy is the one.
Puffy is one of the founders So it depends lah. But
But if
they
you're
get,
PSG,
they
no
get
lah.
quite a number of lump sum. China orgs, I'm not sure how the China works lah. But
Right.
there's a lot of money lah involved just playing games. So if your mom say you can't make money from game, you time to prove them wrong, guys.
But what Yi Heng says is right, if you want to do it right, don't go half-ass that
Well,
shit.
they did it right lah. Those players are very good, man.
Because a lot of kids, they use that as an excuse now, and then they just go CC. In the end, you all just don't play all the way. They change.
No,
games.
so now if you're a parent, what I would do is, you want to be a pro CSGO player?
Stream.
How many hours do you play today? What's your KDA?
What's your KDA?
You identify lah.
Why the neighbors KDAs, the son KDA better than you? So
Sure. True.
we're just applying what our parents teach us now in the modern context.
Scar the fuck out of them.
And that I don't really sound to be a doctor. No.
No.
Improve your
KD
KD ratio.
Okay, wait. This is you finish, you get your CSGO degree first. Then you want to be doctor, you can be doctor after that. you need a backup.
I want you to end lives, not recover lives.
Yeah, exactly. Virtual life. But yeah, I mean that's what I'll do. Right? If my kids say, I want to play games, I'll play lah. 10, 12 hours. Correct. I mean Dota players, they play 10, 12 hours.
12 hours memes mean.
Minimum.
Yeah. And you play one, no such thing as tired. Then you play same heroes or more.
Training lah. It's part of the training
Because
process
you
lah.
train. You have to train.
You can't just
You need
waste
to create.
hours.
You need to create. In investing, we call this unconscious competence. So there's 4 levels, right? There's conscious incompetence. So at the bottom is unconscious incompetence, then conscious incompetence, conscious competence, and unconscious competence.
Oh shit. So
Right at the bottom is when you suck and you don't know you suck.
Yeah.
And you think you are good. Then the next level, which is a much better level, is you suck and you know it. Then the third level, which is where you should be, is you're good, but you have to apply your mind to it. It's not second nature. You actually have to think and prepare a lot. Then at the top is when you're unconsciously
good. You're like second nature lah.
Yeah, it's like why, like especially in sports. Let's say like Cristiano, right? Back when he was a lot better, right? Where he would like he knows where to run into the box. Not the free kick. Actually, like why he scored 50, 60 goals a season.
Tap ins.
But he knows, always tap in his headers and all that. It cannot be he go and plan and think like, okay,
It's you know.
yeah, it's second nature. Just
You gotta create that.
Yeah.
that instinct.
and that comes with practice.
Yeah, man.
So that's what I'll do with my kids. Shadow Shaman for
Shadow Shaman.
five games. You want support or
Carry.
right? Last time the parents say you better specialize your doctor. No, now you must specialize your role. Support
carry offlane. Choose
Carry which hero? Pick 5. You got what? How many carries in Dota? 40, 50 carries?
a lot.
Pick 5. Then okay, I don't want already. Okay, then go back to school. Something like that. No, but I mean that's how like the guys like because in Dota there's this thing called Dota buff, right? You can track what people play. When you look at the serious pro players, right, they play like the same hero like 20 times in a row.
That sounds so exhausting. That sounds so
Not really,
tiring.
I mean,
Depends, of course. Some people like ice, you know, they can whatever lah. They are already at a certain level already. But you see,
you
especially
play
those
Dota?
aspiring,
No, I don't.
I can't play Dota, bro. It's just too much.
it's very
It's so much information
The
going
whole
on.
universe, man.
Yeah, and I actually don't get it. Like, you know, I remember when I was in Form 1, right? Every opponent class go play Dota, you know.
Oh, it's the camaraderie. I think at that age it's camaraderie. Because I do that as well.
Is it?
Oh yeah, it's so nice, the feeling of skipping school and playing Dota. 5 versus 5. Like
we don't encourage keeping cools, but
Keeping cools?
skipping school.
What the fuck, keeping cools? How the fuck?
Yeah, but I did that all the time when I was young, and it's that feeling of like my class against your class, or sometimes back when I was in DJ SMK.
Not mine.
Whose phone is that?
Maybe is it mine? No, it's not mine. Yeah, back when I was in DJ, that's what we did. We have inter-class battles and then inter-school battles. So us and BU4, Brian School.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Then we would. Not me lah. My friends, they would play again.
Your friends win?
Yeah, last time Garena, tunnel, you know, Battle.net and all that.
Correct.
I feel like I hear a lot of stories where people do training and then like they even critique you midway. They're like, "What the fuck? You're not following the tactics and shit like that." Wow, I tell you.
Oh, bro, you should see the CC critique, bro. Last time, Aaron Ponteng, right? Then let's say if he's a good player or whatever, or like the CC is too full, people want to play, right? Then other people Ponteng, then there's no spot. So they all sit behind you and watch you play the pressure, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you experienced that.
I don't get it. I Indian.
You don't get it Indian?
No, they don't.
Because he's Indian. He's
Yeah.
trying to say he's Indian, so he's too scary.
Yeah,
So
no one actually come behind me and just.
To be honest, when I look at your school photos, you're not as scary as you are now, though.
I look scarier now,
Bro, he's not
Really
scary
scary.
last time, bro.
No, you're not scary,
He's
bro.
petite, bro.
Yeah, you are the lanky.
I don't know, but maybe because I was,
Lanky my ass, bro. He's short also.
yeah, I was short.
Oh, you're short,
I was
wow,
short as fuck.
lagi?
Yeah, I was pretty good lah. So that's why no one was behind me.
I don't know. I wasn't there. I was in school, unfortunately.
But it's a great feeling, honestly.
Hey, nice game, 5-on-5. You know,
It's a great feeling.
I don't know why I can never enjoy it. I tried to go CC. I tried to play a game. I sit down there. I cannot enjoy it.
you know why? Because of all the music and all the Chinese stuff like
Yeah, it's so noisy, right?
The ching chong ling.
Yeah, it smells like cigarette, like that. And it smells terrible.
Yeah,
The floor is sticky. Feels like a club pseudo.
It's a bit of a club, yeah.
Yeah, and then I just couldn't enjoy it. I tried like so many times.
Yeah.
The whole of my schooling time, I like, today I'm going to try to go CC. I'm going to try to enjoy it. Couldn't enjoy it.
You don't like it, don't like it.
Yeah, I really just enjoy playing football, outdoor, dirty and shit. But I cannot enjoy the CC element.
Right.
Yeah, I tried even what COD,
Call of Duty. Oof, what a good game, bro.
Fantastic.
Modern Warfare 4.
CS also I cannot enjoy.
I never go. I suck at FPS. Never good at FPS.
But Dota good.
I would say. I reached my highest was 4.2k MMR. So you're looking at slightly above average. Only that's it. Slightly above average.
I remember I was dating this girl and she used to play Dota.
Oh damn.
Then I was telling her I fucking good one. Then she's like, is it? Yeah, I'm like, I damn
She
pro.
destroy
one.
you lah.
Bro, we went to CC on a date.
Destroy you.
Then we all just sit there, go into a room, then we play, right? Then I started dying non-stop. I just farming over there. I'm like, no, this tree is damn important or some shit. She's like, this guy is a joker. What? He really don't know how to play. I'm like, shit, I fucking noob.
Over promise, under deliver.
Yes.
I damn shy. I don't know what the
Did
fuck is the
she-
point. I keep hitting the
Did she break up
turret.
with you after that?
Huh?
Did she go with you after that?
Oh, bro, this girl, right, is a bit chaotic lah. So after we went, actually that date was funny lah. I was just trying to make a joke out of it, right? But later on, I feel like I think it was only for 3 months, maybe 2 months only. It was a dating phase. Then she broke up with me.
Wow.
So I was like, whatever, I don't care lah.
Gonna
Right?
support her, bro.
Yeah, nah.
Because you need
But bro, I was actually right after she broke up with me. I dated another girl immediately, like the next day. Because for me, I had no feeling, right? So I just dated another girl, lor. Then she was damn depressed after that. She was like, "How come this John don't feel anything on?"
It's a leverage game, bro.
Then
She thought she had more. Right? Then after she cashed in her chips already, she realized, fuck, didn't have leverage.
Bro, I didn't feel a thing. Zero, I was like, okay lah. She's like, huh? Serious ah? I'm like, yeah, whatever lah. Then she started off with, I think we should stop dating. Then, okay lah.
Huh? That was the response. Huh?
Yeah, then after that, I was like, okay. Then after that, I just went to class the next day, because she was in South Australia matriculation, and I was in ADP. So it was a different building, right?
Oh, but Taylor's this Taylor.
It was on Taylor, so we used to take the bus together. Then after that, I just still take the bus with her, lah, right? But then after that, she broke up. I was like, oh, okay. Never mind, it's okay. Next week, I'm getting my license ready. So I just drove to class. She also, because she used to drive, she drove before me. Then after that, I went to class. Then I just stopped talking to her, lor. Even when she messaged me, I'll just say, oh, I'm busy. I don't know why. She's like, hey, can we talk? I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm really busy. But I was dating another girl already, lah. So I'm like, how do I tell her? That time I don't know how to ghost, right?
Yeah.
It's just, I feel like I need to reply. It's like, oh, maybe it's an emergency or some shit like
So
that.
hype.
So after that, I just stopped completely. I just ignored her. I'm like, what was the point? I was dating another girl. Then I was smashing also, lah, right?
Right.
To be fair, lah. So when you're smashing another girl, what? You're not even thinking of the other girl, bro. You're literally balls deep in another relationship. Literally. Then I was like, okay, lah. So,
give them closure.
bro,
Give them
I tell you, it got bad. It got bad.
Oh, it did, lah.
It got bad. She started crying in class. Midway presenting, just start sobbing.
Fucking hell, mate. Hey,
Yeah.
do I know this person?
How do you know you are the culprit?
I know.
How do you know you were the culprit?
No, because her friends, which are now my close friends,
Tell
came
you
up to
lah.
me and said, hey, bro, she
Depression.
XYZ is going through a very tough time. I'm like, huh? Why?
That might be an actual Chinese name, man. XYZ,
Wouldn't be surprised.
By the way, she's fucking pretty, Like, serious. Like, objectively speaking, she's a very attractive person. She's a lawyer as well now. You know, and her I think, I don't know whether husband or boyfriend, he's so damn good looking. At that time, I don't know lah, but so she went through that whole ordeal, and then a lot of her friends were like coming to me and be like, hey John, I think you should go and talk to her lah.
Oh, so did you do it?
No, I didn't. I'm like, why? Then they're like, bro, don't so cruel, bro. I'm like, cruel? She broke up with me. Strange, right? This is a weird time in my life, man.
Yeah, I think they're not. I think a lot of women are not ready to like. They feel like, wow, it's like nothing, man. Like that relationship.
Yeah, but maybe it's because both of us were really young, and then she was also, you know,
It's the sex for sure.
is it? But I didn't do anything with her lah. To be fair.
Oh, you didn't?
No, nothing. She didn't want anything.
Wow.
So when she broke up, I was like, actually, I'm not losing much also lah. To be honest.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a surprise. Okay.
Yeah, and she had a crush on me since I was like 14 or 15. So I thought she liked me. Then okay, I did her lah. Then after she broke up with me, I'm like, okay lah. I okay my whole life, bro.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, man.
I'm looking it up now, so I'm just like trying to
This
remember.
is quite pretty.
Trying to
If you can
remember.
find a picture, you show her.
I
I just want to see.
Yeah.
this person.
And she's smart as well.
Yeah.
She's very smart. But she was a very staunch Christian. I'm not sure about now.
Okay.
Yeah. So one of her reasons were like, I don't think we suit each other also because of religion. Then I'm like, oh, okay, I totally understand. Which, by the way, I tried to go church also. She's like, you're not Christian enough lah.
Whoa.
I can't find her.
I don't know.
Oh, wait.
So
I
if
think
you,
it's,
if you know her name, don't say her name.
I
Fuck her,
think
please.
I think later Sandy Chan, you know. that's it.
XYZ, bro. XYZ.
XYZ.
No.
No, I think this is seller's remorse.
What is?
So, yeah, I'm getting a good deal when I let you go.
It's the
Like-
opposite of buyer's remorse,
Yeah,
lah,
like,
right?
It's like,
Oh, I've never heard that before. That's very interesting.
no.
yeah. Because I've been learning about the recent. Oh,
See, pretty, right?
because I've been listening.
She's quite pretty, you know.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. Seller's remorse, lah, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, life lah, right? What can I do? I just okay lah. My whole life has been okay one.
You're top G, you know.
Top G.
There's no Andrew Tate. I've been watching his stuff, man.
For me, like at that time lah, I was young lah, right? So I didn't know what the rules of college were. I really don't know. I just like when we did it, I'm like, how do I break up with a girl? How does a girl break up with me? So I was very impervious to pain, because I don't know what pain was supposed to be.
And OUG doesn't teach you any of this.
Would you don't teach me jack, bro? For old people, fuck, man. You know, and Saujana, I'm not exactly Brad Pitt, lah. So no girls chasing after me, right? So in college, if a girl confesses to you, I'm like, okay, I'll try. Then she breaks it, okay, I tried. That's it, lah, right?
Fair enough. Very
Yeah, man.
constructive.
Experience, you know.
Yeah, and then like the girlfriend I had after that, she was so reciprocative of everything. Like small thing but big thing to me at the time was she
Right.
held my hand first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she showed it. I was like, wow, a girl can actually try one.
Hey, you know, like I realized that this kind of. So one thing a lot of people ask is like, especially for guys, when you go in for the first kiss, when do you start holding hands, when you start being a thing and all that. I realized the best relationship is when
College.
it's the girl's idea.
Idea.
Ah.
Yeah.
Why do you think that's the case?
I think women need to feel like when they're in a relationship is their idea and that they feel like they're in control of the relationship.
Right.
But actually we are in control.
No,
We just give them the option only, that's it. Yeah.
I think.
I think so.
I actually feel it's the reverse.
That they prefer the guy to initiate all this, is it?
And that they are in control, they make me think I'm in control.
Wait, could you say that? again? Sorry.
We so need a woman right here. Let me just be
You need
a
a
girl.
woman?
Let me just
Right,
be
let's
a
talk
girl
about
right
women. Now is the women
Let's
section.
be a girl. Let me just
this
be a
podcast.
girl right now. I'm Sarah right now.
Sarah, okay.
I'm trans fluid, yeah?
Transfer.
Yeah, yep. We are going there.
Oye. I don't even.
You bordering dangerous lines. I just want to point out.
CC Yuzu Media.
Let me take a short break. You all talk first. I need to reply the sponsor.
Oh, okay.
Right now. Yeah, but I just feel like sometimes like guys wanna push. They ask things like, "Oh, where are we? What are we?" Right?
Oh, as in
sometimes,
status.
yeah,
status.
sometimes it feels like the guy is being pushy. Like I know a lot of guys who are like 2 weeks, and my view is that guys fall in love a lot faster than girls.
That is true.
Fall
in
in or fall out.
Fall in love.
Okay.
Because our criteria are pretty straightforward. right?
Yeah, I mean, I think yes. Based on my experience, at least, I'm not sure.
Just looks.
Like, no lah, cannot. No, it's not.
Now
just
then, as we evolve and mature, then looks and vibes. Yeah, yeah.
You say that with the straightest face in existence.
You know what was my criteria?
Right. What?
Okay, so even before Jen and even with Jen, I actually have only 2 criteria, which is she needs to be a nice person. And nice, yeah, which can be considered as vibes. So nice also means like when the waiter comes, you say please and thank you. It's like courtesy. Nice also means you're nice with your family and friends.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's true.
And nice is not necessarily like you're not a pushover, you know. It's like you can politely decline. Okay?
There's that graceful strength.
Yeah. And Jen has that. And I feel like maybe 50% of my exes had that. So it's only a discovery over time that I understood I wanted nice.
So that's the first one.
Right? And the second, I just wanted to speak good English.
Oh.
Because communication for me is very important. So I don't... language, although you know that English is good, that your English is good, communication is a different...
But you wouldn't put looks there. I mean, the reason I put looks there is because I don't think any guy would... I don't think any guy finds their girlfriend or wife unattractive, right? I mean, they did, then they'll...
Over time, maybe. I mean, I think there are days yes and there are days no. And I'm sure the girl feels the same way with us as well, like vice versa.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying I'm good looking the 100%, but I mean, I have my good days, I have my bad days lah. But that's over time lah, right?
But anyway, I mean, that's why my point was falling in love lah. So this early stage kind of thing. And what was the point I was trying to make? Yeah, so...
You're saying like the first touch lah, the first touch point.
Yeah, and so what happens is that because the guy tend to fall in love first, so he wants to progress things first. Because then what happens with a lot of guys, then they start to imagine really, especially if they go into relationship mode, right? Not, there's a phrase they use, plate spinning mode, right? They spin a lot of plates at one go to attract. They're talking to many different girls. Right? When they are zooming in on that girl, right? When she is slowly becoming the one, it takes very, very quickly for the guy to fall in love, and then he starts imagining like, wow, like I'm gonna build my empire. She's gonna be my queen, and I'm gonna have kids. No, honestly. But guys,
I'm only laughing because I think it's true.
Yeah, because guys do develop that imagination, and so they want to close the deal, and it's like a project to them. Here's the timeline to do it. So when they do it to the girl,
more.
Yeah. So like I hear so many of my friends who are girls say it's like guys like rushing. The guys like, you know, no, not quite there yet. And so that's why I say that it's much better as a guy to prepare for the things that you are imagining rather than push for it. And then as you go, the girl will tell you in time, like, basically, it's best to let the girl say, what are we, rather than you say. Once you say, it's almost like you're like pressuring her and saying, I need a definite answer and we need to get it done. And a lot of guys, I mean, especially in the workplace, right, we all think in a very project way, or timeline, like we're gonna get this done and that. And that works in a working environment, obviously.
But emotionally,
yeah, but good. You need to make them. You need to create like the conditions for them to say yes, but you cannot say yes. That's what I feel lah. And that's when they will start feeling safe to initiate and say, yeah, I think.
I think it's so difficult to narrow down a process that can be blanketed. It's so difficult because every relationship is so different.
Exactly. But I think another one is also that the big problem comes, I would say, when the guy, let's say, does a lot of these things to progress forward. He's a nice guy and he does all these things, and the girl ends up being with him because like she needs to reciprocate, or because
out of like
semi-pity. I won't say exactly pity, but I feel like the best ones are when they do it out of pure like attraction and you know, wanting the relationship. Then that's when they are less likely to down the road, right? There's no, they can't plug from this experience like, oh, I did it out of pity. Now maybe things are doing bad. Time to break. Because they will be thinking in their heads, if let's say things are bad down the road, that, hey, but this is my idea.
Right. I see your point.
Yes.
I see your point.
And I find that to be a lot better lah, as a guy. And then you don't start being pushy. And then, I mean, worst case scenario is that let's say she starts like not replying very quickly. Then you start becoming insecure, like, oh, why not replying quickly? Then all the bad male traits start to pop up. That's why I say this. So
I don't think I had that problem. Or maybe I'm just very like carefree with my life, maybe. I only had that problem once or twice. That one I'm not gonna lie. Like
And when was it? And let me guess. Was this in a period of life where you didn't have a lot of things outside a relationship to do?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where if you have a job, if you're building towards something, and you have some sort of objective outside of getting a relationship, you will rarely have this problem.
Yeah.
Because you yourself will be busy. You yourself might be the guy doing the late replying. Not on purpose, of course.
Yeah.
But imagine if like maybe she's like talking to other guys, or she's busy herself, and so she can't reply.
That's why those toxic thoughts come.
And you are not, and you are lazing at home playing FIFA, let's say.
Yeah.
That's when you get it, man.
True,
Then you play FIFA, also no mood, then you're like, oh.
Yeah. And I feel like it's so strange because when you are trying so hard to find a relationship, it often is never the relationship for you. But when you are really you're really like struggling to stay afloat because you're managing so many things with your work and all that. Yeah. It's when the right relationship comes, because she comes to you, or he comes to you when it's the right time, and then they love you, or they fall in love with you rather, because they know that this is how you function full 100%. Yeah. And now that you say that, it really clicks up, because in the past when I was pursuing a girl, a lot of times I wanted to pursue it for the sake of having a relationship, but it's never for the sake of like, self-betterment or like, whatever lah, right? It's either for sex, or it's like, oh, I want to have a girlfriend to say to people.
To tell people I have a girlfriend.
Yeah, but I never really questioned myself as to why that was so important.
I have this thought that when both parties are not just guy and girls, when both parties treat the other as the end goal, right? I feel that's when things get bad.
Yeah, because you're so dependent on that person being that end goal.
You're much better off like, maybe building something together. And that's why like kids are like pretty unifying, because you are looking outside of yourself. Because if you're looking inside all the time, right, then you're probably thinking like...
You end up being very selfish about certain things.
Yeah, and also, I mean, the science behind this is actually from Jordan Peterson.
Oh, Jesus.
But basically he said that 99% of like your brain activity is unconscious. So what is the implication? The implication is that you actually...
Are you sure all of us...
You don't even know... Yeah. You don't even know yourself. So the more you look inwards, the more clueless you become. That's my conclusion, like, at least from that. And that's why you have to look like externally, whether it's looking at the business, and then let's say your partner is operating a business, then you'll be supportive for that goal. And then suddenly they realize, wow, you like this partner of mine is like so indispensable and like incredibly useful.
Then you find value.
Great. Then you find value and all that, and vice versa. Or you get kids, so you're working
towards
together for the kids.
Yeah.
That's why like kids hold together marriages better than
relationships.
Like true love or whatever, right? So some sort of objective, I feel that is a much stronger binding factor. And that also leads to a point as to why arranged marriages have fewer divorces than normal marriages.
Yeah. It's true.
They're far stronger.
Yeah.
And it also triggered something that Lee Kuan Yew, I think, said. He said that the difference between... back in his generation, why Asians don't break up the family compared to people in the West is because the West teach their people to...
individuality is very important.
Yes, but also to marry the person they love. But for Asians, at least back then, now it's not the case anymore, you should love the person you marry.
Whoa.
So that means what he's implying is if I pick you up, let's say your parents pick you, and they matchmake you with that person.
You love her.
Your job is to find a way to love her. That's it. You're not thinking. You're not thinking like, wow,
how does
is she compatible? No,
does she compliment me? No, man. It's just straight up. Yeah.
And you make it work. Now, to be fair, also there are a lot of things can go bad, right? Because if both are not compatible at all, then it's going to be bad.
Force,
yeah. I mean, we've heard of stories of grandparents or whatever going crazy, right? But I do believe that I genuinely believe that no matter, like, unless she's like absolutely psychopathic or like she's a serial killer or whatever, right?
She okay
most people you can actually begin to care for and to build something with.
and chances are
It's quite a freeing thought, by the way.
yeah, and chances are your parents probably did the research for you also. Like they know you better than you know yourself sometimes, your habits and everything. So they kind of select the girl. It's not like they're gonna select someone that's totally like opposite of who you are, lah, right? I'm pretty sure they choose something that's somebody that's
Okay, so I think that's a complicated question because a lot of times part of their calculus is also
wealth.
economics, right? So, of course, in the upper echelons is political marriages and all that, and it does allow
People to climb up.
people climb up, but also people can be dissatisfied not because of the incompatibility of personalities,
But they
because they're doing it for someone else's agenda.
Then it kind of fucks things up, lah. Because you're doing it because people kind of need. It's a marriage of convenience for one party.
Very seldom you see something like Tun M and Siti Asma. I'm not sure they're exactly arranged, but
I don't think they're arranged.
they were both from significant.
No. I don't think so.
The story is they were in med school
Yeah,
or
in
some
Singapore.
shit like that.
Allegedly.
No. I mean, that's what.
At least
I
that's
read.
the story lah.
They met in med school. She's a year younger than he is, but he had to stay back because he failed.
Yeah, so that's why it's a complicated situation. I think you're right that if the parents are the one planning for them based on like, I think she's going to suit you because you are not detail oriented. She is, something like that. Just give you an example. But if it's because her family is rich, I don't think it might not be a good idea.
Yeah, that one will fuck things up, lah.
Yeah. And so that's why it's modeled like, because parents themselves also have their own agendas.
Yeah, true, lah.
Yeah.
True. It's kind of
Too
tough.
complicated, man.
It's kind of tough.
It's complicated.
But my ex-boss, he's from India, and
Are we talking about Indian arranged marriage?
we're talking about marriages in general.
Oh,
John Peterson, yeah.
Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, later.
But I was talking to my ex-boss about this as well. His name is Prabha
Okay.
Prabhabakar.
Alexander.
Okay.
And he's from India as well. And he was telling me actually, right? Because I was telling him about my relationship at that time. I couldn't find a girl. Like, maybe you're right, that time what you said, you don't have a project, you don't have something at hand. And
Always
and then like you're trying to find a relationship for the sake of finding a relationship, and then the
100%.
things don't really work out. Because you don't have something for yourself. It's only when I started doing like videos, then only I started meeting Jen, and everything worked out well.
Yeah.
But then he was telling me it's because I love my wife and I've been with her for so long because we're an arranged marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's possible, lah.
Yeah.
And it's hard for people like our age to hear that because we've been fed this idea of finding the one.
Yeah.
We watch Disney
Glass
channels,
slipper,
and all the stories about
True love,
true love and
Kononia.
all, and the parents are the whole crazy rich Asian storyline, right?
Yeah. I feel like there should be love stories written where it's like after the sunset.
Yeah lah, exactly. So Crazy Rich Asian ended with the NYU professor and Henry Golding getting married. That's it. Oh, happily ever after. I'm like, hey, babe.
No cultural problem one, Like no
Bro, you just entered the arena, bro.
Yeah, that is literally the beginning.
You just bought the tickets to the we just bought the tickets to the seats only. They haven't fight yet, no.
It's so tough.
No,
It's so tough. And right, like the little things I feel add up as well. Like if remember that time when you were dating Shelly, right?
Yeah, Shelly. Yeah.
It's so difficult, like
Shelly?
he had a girlfriend in the US, and although she's Asian, it's like she would call mom Karen,
Ooh.
Yeah.
right? And things like that,
Yeah.
it's acceptable when you're there. Who's that?
No.
Is that Shelly?
Oh, now that you mentioned that, there's another plus point to arranged marriages.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys saw last week. I think I put out a poll on 4 different permutations of a
Oh, the
relationship.
mother-daughter.
Yes, I asked like which relationship is the most contentious one. Is it the
Father,
and
son-in-law.
son-in-law, mother son-in-law, father daughter-in-law, and mother daughter-in-law?
Bro, mother-daughter-in-law.
Mother-in-law were 50-60%, followed by I think
Yeah. The rest is
dad and son-in-law. But dad and son-in-law is like a fraction of the
Right.
mother's
I completely agree.
What? What are we agreeing in?
right? That's fascinating.
Bogi
Right?
is clearly not paying attention. I swear.
No, I'm just like, I heard mother-in-law contentious.
Okay, I
That's it.
ask you. 4, which one is the most difficult one? Father and son-in-law,
Easiest.
mother, mother,
Actually, not so easy.
mother, son-in-law,
No problem.
Father.
daughter-in-law, mother, daughter-in-law.
Which one has the most pain?
There's only one answer.
I don't know why my answer is D.
Bro, because
okay.
the answer
Yeah.
is D.
It's the correct answer.
It's 100% correct.
Bro, mother and daughter-in-law is hardcore, bro.
A lot of it, like I got some responses. They say because each of them have their own idea on how to raise their kids.
Yeah. And
All the way from confinement, you know.
Yeah.
Like I know a friend, right? One want a traditional type of confinement that the girl cannot move around and you can go out. Then the wife is like, why? I can move around. I'm like young, 23, 24. I want to move around. Why cannot?
I want to hike Kinabalu, bro.
Whatever lah. So,
Alright.
so if you arrange marriage, right? Again, going back to the idea that it must be the woman's idea.
Yeah.
If it's your mom's idea,
Jalat, bro.
how can she be bad with the what? She's
Yeah.
no face. She cannot say you are a B. Well, I chose you.
You are a B, the best.
Yeah. Yeah, like you, because you look stupid. Like say if you're crap, well,
Then therefore
chose the
I'm
crap.
Yeah.
it's another thing.
Yeah, man.
But it's very fascinating when I ran that poll. My suspicion was mother and daughter also.
Bro, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, and I know
way
this,
too much
right?
work, man.
And I can tell you, right, on my personal life, right, I'm starting to become woke on this shit, you know.
CEO.
My mom, right, since I was young, she'll always tell me about stories of how
Your
her son's daughter, her friends, the son, who married the daughter-in-law, how the daughter-in-law is influencing the son not to meet the mother.
See, it's like
She start telling me this kind of thing in my head. I'm like, oh, okay lah, it's just facts lah. Okay, cool. Then when I started learning about all this, I'm like, so my mom trying to psycho me lah. She's beginning the battle when the enemy has not appeared.
Correct. She's seeding the ideas first.
The enemy is only in theory.
Correct.
Right now, it's just a math equation, the theory.
Bro,
No scientific proof.
your mom, right, is
Strategy.
planting her white Zetsus, bro. All her white Zetsus are there already, bro.
She is chess. 4D chess.
she is chess.
She is
4D
chess, bro.
Yeah, she's not vengeance,
But
right?
it's okay.
She's just chess.
The king has awoken. I know.
I am aware now.
The queen maybe have the best move, but the king's the one.
The king is the most important piece.
Yes, exactly. So then I realized, wow, this is a serious thing, man. It's like, then I look further deeper. My grandmother doesn't like her first son's wife.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, but that has like a separate element because they are like different dialects. One is like Hainanese, one is Hakka, and they've
Yeah. There is an internal.
My mom loved my wife
That's what she wants you
for
to
now lah.
Because you don't live with her under the same roof yet.
Wait, my wife must live with my mother.
I think you will know more.
About my mother and my wife.
do not. Do you plan to put both of those
Them in the
ladies,
same room?
the ladies of your
Bro,
life, under
Why
the same
would I
roof?
want to live miserably? Of course, different roof, man.
Okay, then you get it.
Hell nah, bro.
But
Now
you-
already we having mixtures of conflicting.
Oh, now got.
I mean, but I know how to handle lah. I tell both ladies whom I love the most, go through me.
Oh, you guys want to know fun fact for you, right? So
Is it fun though?
it depends. Let me tell you. The Chinese Communist Party, right? For you to enter their party, they're like what, 2 million strong right now, or 1 million, I think. There's one question.
You love your wife or not?
No, if your mom and wife is drowning, who do you save?
I say my dad.
Anna, here's the thing. That's the correct answer. That is the kicker.
100%
You
mum.
that's a wrong. You get penalized. You give wrong.
Do
answer.
I have to say why I chose what I chose?
I can't remember whether it's MCQ or Karangan. I
The
forgot.
answer there is mom, right?
Yes, correct.
I knew
Answer's
it.
mom.
Yeah lah. If I put my communist hat on, it's definitely mom lah.
Mom.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whoa.
But
That's a big thing.
I'm saving my dad.
But you know what is do you know what is the second order effects of this? The society also knows this. The society also know the son always favors the mother. So what this has resulted in women, young women, is that now they are a lot more demanding, a lot more materialistic. They are a lot more hard-nosed, especially in the tier 1 cities.
It is so fucking hardcore, bro. It's so I've seen some fucking videos on Douyin, you know. Jen was like showing me, you know. It's like, yeah, check this out, wait. Then she shows me, right? This girl's like, no, I'm not getting married unless you buy me a Porsche. I'm like, what the fuck?
1 bird in the hand is better than 2 birds in the bush.
It's fucking savage, bro. I never thought I would hear. And this was at the wedding,
Huh, where
bro.
at China is it?
Yeah, it's in China.
Bro, China
It's-
are mad stuff.
It's
lah.
at the wedding, and she's like, I'm not getting married.
Was it? Then after that she ran away and then the guy chased after her?
No, the guy was just trying to convince her. It's like, please just stay, just get over this. I'll
Porsche
get
to
you
get
the
married,
car
man,
to that.
Oh,
Yeah, then she's like, she's like, no,
not
man.
having it.
Then what the girl will give him after he buy a Porsche?
Nothing lah.
Nothing, bro.
I'm good
Fuck
looking.
you.
She's
lah.
a prize. She's a prize.
She's a prize, but shouldn't we not objectify women?
This is some CC
I feel like Jordan.
I don't think Jordan Peterson says that.
I mean, if she's the prize, but shouldn't we not objectify a woman? I mean, being a prize
Suddenly, like the BDE become MDE, then SDE. It's so quick, bro. Shouldn't we objectify women?
What?
Shouldn't we objectify?
Wow.
right.
Bro.
All this video, some special rights. I don't know, man. Like,
I think culturally it's very different in China.
So are you a feminist? That's the question.
bro, we need to change that damn word first and foremost.
Okay.
That damn word itself sounds wrong. Because
Okay.
if people don't understand the word, they'll be like, wow, this one is just woman right, bro. But actually, it's just not woman right. It's just equality among both races. But the name itself
I don't
sounds-
think it's 100% equality.
Yeah, but whatever is the...
Equality is a very harsh word that people cannot accept.
Bro, you touch them...
Equality is not equal. I am not equal to a woman, and a woman is not equal to LeBron, and neither am I equal to LeBron, bro.
You know, just now-
LeBron is not even a male. LeBron is a monster, bro.
Menses, yeah?
You mentioned that it's a very funny story, TikTok, right? It came on TikTok. It's hilarious, this one, people are like complaining, like WNBA players, right? Or like representatives are complaining. Why are we paid like the average, the highest paid?
I know this
girls,
video.
like, right, 70, like we are on average, like what? Something like we are paid 78,000 a year, something like that. But then the lowest paid NBA player is paid 7 million a year. How can this be? The response, perfect. He says, okay, let me try and explain this as simple as I can to you. Monkey, zoo. Monkey performs at zoo. Zoo has a lot of people. A lot of people watch it. Monkey gets a lot of banana. Monkey goes to another zoo. Now different monkey goes to this other zoo. Now different monkey here. Different zoo. Zoo, not a lot of people. Monkey gets less banana.
Bro, so straightforward. I love it.
It's correct. It's correct. And specifically for the NBA, actually, the biggest supporters of the WNBA are men. The men basketball.
It's because
and they are
women,
financing it.
Yeah, it's because women don't watch basketball. It's simple,
Yes.
bro. Just get women to
It's
watch
women's
basketball.
fault. It's women's fault that the WNBA is not.
It's simple. It's so simple. You just, bro, it's wrong target market. That's why, right, males, right, don't earn money in makeup, bro.
Yeah.
It's simple. It's, oh my God.
Yeah.
You're comparing a different game.
Yeah.
I saw that. Andrew Schultz also said that. He was like, bro, it's actually damn simple. Just get women to watch your games.
Yeah.
Just market it to women.
See how we support our own.
Males support our own shit because we watch
Yeah.
males sing. Man, that's it.
Yeah.
But arguably, and I sound damn sexist for saying this, but if the girl is damn hot, I'll watch the WNBA. Or
Yeah,
I'll
for
watch
like a game lah.
Yeah, for that
No,
game.
but if you find her hot, you wouldn't want to watch her in NBA. You want to watch her when she's maybe attending some gala or something, doing a photo shoot.
I
But
don't
actually,
know.
we
Maybe
don't
my,
watch-
My king's a bit weird.
We don't watch NBA because of the men's are handsome or not, because of the
Because of the sport,
It's the
yeah.
sport. So probably if women play, they don't need to be hot or not. They just need to play and they play well. And then you probably watch it. Because I watched the World Cup for football, female. It's quite hilarious.
Oh, did you know it was going on?
Bro, it was quite hilarious. Like, I watched it, I'm like, I changed the channel. It was not...
Yeah, because biologically it is just inherently impossible
For them to be up to.
systemically be better than males.
Careful.
One or two
No.
can be better than the mediocre male lah. Fair enough lah.
No,
Right?
then some of them started challenging on TikTok or anywhere lah, on social media. Oh, you think we're so bad? Why don't you come on the field and play with us?
I saw that shit. That one old dude just beat the fuck out of all the ladies.
No. They didn't even sign like the pro team. They just signed like some under 15 team and tapao. Double digit scoreline, something like that.
They
Against,
send 15-year-old kids.
It's right, bro. 15-year-old kids, you know how good they are already.
Oh, true.
15-year-old kids is...
They're top tier shit, really.
Yeah. A lot of them, like in the NBA, like they want to challenge one-on-one. Like there's this NBA woman NBA player. She's like a top player. She wants to challenge DeMarcus Cousins. You guys go and Google DeMarcus Cousins. I think I can be one-on-one. When they interview DeMarcus Cousins, he's like, I don't think I'm gonna play lah. He just it's alright. He didn't even try to prove that he's gonna beat them.
Oh, fuck.
He just
But
says
did he accept in the end?
No, it didn't do it. It'd be so. First of all, it'd be so low for him to accept. What is he gonna gain beating a girl 1-on-1 basketball?
Don't say like
point
that.
lah, a point,
Don't
a point.
say like that. Very dangerous. We in
point.
dangerous area, bro.
No, but seriously, I mean, for me, it's like, there's nothing for me to prove.
I think if you
When I
were-
dunk on you, there's nothing for me to prove. LeBron, dude.
oh bro, LeBron cannot fight, bro.
LeBron.
LeBron, which one?
Only that. You can Google what Zion Williamson, dude. You can't.
They actually are arguably even if you ask me to play him, I also cannot win one. They are just a different level.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
They are the level.
Bro, man is struggling against them.
Yeah, like you ask an Asian man to fight, cannot, bro. Cannot.
Do you know this player, Giannis Antetokounmpo? He's like the top player right now.
I don't know.
Why
Dude,
in
the guy is
Phoenix?
You imagine he's Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay.
Dude, imagine a guy with like Kobe Bryant skills, but with Shaq's height. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's 7'1", you know, and he's like
7'1".
He's like dribbling past people. He's doing skills, and then if he feels like he dunks, you're just going to Google and go and YouTube and watch. The
Bro,
highlights.
he's taller than Yao Ming, way.
No. Yao Ming's taller. Yao Ming's
Yao Ming
7'6".
7'6".
Yeah,
Bro, 7'6", you can squat down and dunk, bro.
yeah,
Bro.
But Yao Ming is not
Skill. Yeah.
So he's
tall.
skilled, but he's not like quick.
Yeah, it's not
he's quicker
agile.
than probably Shaq lah. But
Yao Ming play the
this
point guard
Giannis,
position, right?
the point guard is the shortest position,
Then what Yao Ming play is?
center.
Oh, the center. Okay.
Yeah. So you watch this guy lah, like Giannis is a, that's why they call him the Greek freak.
So he's like
He's a Greek
Erling
player.
Haaland lah in basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Haaland of basketball.
Yeah, he's the Haaland. Yeah, correct. He's the Haaland of basketball.
Well, Haaland also different monster lah.
I scared lah, I see Haaland.
Yeah. So, I mean, they
It's
can't,
not a fight. It's not a fight. It's a genetic war, bro.
bro. And okay, so now, smarter feminists will come back and say, well, that's physical. Like, that's just physical.
I guess.
Not entirely true also. Even on the mental side. You go to engineering class, you think it's an accident that most are men there. Yeah, we laugh about it, or they're all nerds, and that probably are. They're probably dogs and all that.
But we can't discount completely because there are females as well that are really smart. It's just like we're talking about percentages. So if we're talking about numbers, then I mean, if you want to count that in,
can't.
right, it's tough.
So I'll describe it as simple as I can, all right? It's easier to find a very smart man than a very smart woman. But it's also easier to find a very dumb man than to find a very dumb woman.
Yeah.
Do you realize something? Something I realize is that I find it very, very difficult to find a stupid girl.
They have to be smarter than the average male because they need to defend themselves. They need to take care. They need to be a bit more careful.
I mean, but perhaps, but
Let's just put it into perspective, right? If I was a woman and I was walking in the parking lot at night,
Yeah.
I think I would be generally have my guard up
Yeah.
a lot higher than if I was a
I
guy.
think anyone should have their guard up.
I know everyone should, but I think most, because men can be stupid and be like, oh, I don't know lah, I'm drunk, fuck that lah, I can beat them up. What?
Yeah.
We got ego, bro. That's
Can,
the
bro.
problem.
Can, bro. Yeah.
Can one, bro. I just whack them. Wow, what can one, bro? Then can I step? Oh fuck, I'm dying, bro. But then women are like, hey, I really need to take care. Can someone
Yeah.
walk me to the car? I better like park my car nearer. They have a lot of thought process. But I'm not saying all men.
Now the
I'm just
question is, why can't they just walk in the alley feeling safe?
huh? What?
Or you're just trying to hint at it's the men's fault for making it unsafe.
I don't know lah, bro. This is a
Right,
wrong.
right.
That one is wrong questioning, but I accept that. But my point here is, I think women are generally smarter because they have to take care of themselves, so they have to have thought processes more than the average male.
I would say that is true until it hits the
Male.
high intelligence parts of societies. Then that's where they start to fall off.
Yeah.
Nobel Prize winners, entrepreneurs,
It's because
physicists.
I think a lot of people, when they reach a certain point in their lives, right, you have to somewhat make a decision as to whether you are more like, I'm going to have a family type thing, or whether you're going to be very career. And more often than not, a guy is very egoistic and has to prove his worth on this earth before he dies.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he tends to choose the career thing.
I think that's part of it, definitely.
Yeah.
Bro, no choice, bro. Everybody just judge on
He's
men, bro.
literally, but I think a lot of women, because they can get pregnant, and I'm not saying all women are like that, because my mom is a businesswoman,
Yeah, of
and
course.
she chose that route of I choose my career. And you know, right, like she says this all the time, and she's like, my dad said, oh, if like that we break up lah. So then break up lah.
And then your dad
And yeah, my dad came back to her also. Right, mom says this all the time. She's like, you say, wait, if I go to Penang, because she was working in hotels at the time, if I go to Penang, you're going to break up me? Break up what? She's damn career oriented, bro. So not all women but most women after they get pregnant, they kind of choose the family.
So I think it's very important that when we go into that discussion, right, that we understand the concept of not being an exalter. Have you heard of this term called exalter?
What the fuck is this shit,
NAXALT, okay?
Are we coming up with
Not
new
all
words?
acts are like that.
Next exalter? What is it?
Exalter. Not all acts are
Like that.
like that. Yes. So this is something that people always bring up, right? And I can agree that generally speaking, not all women are shorter than men.
Sure.
Not all women are weaker than men.
Oh.
Right? Not all women earn less than men.
It's going to be an odd case. There's going to be certain countries that have more of this and etc.
So that's why if I approach a specific individual woman, all I can know in my head is that on average she's probably going to earn less than a man, or she is probably not going to be as strong as a man. But I'm not going to assume that you're weak or you can't earn money, because she could be your mom, or she could be
bro.
right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to assume that on the individual level, but if you're talking on a big level, which is where a lot of discussions are, then you have to talk in generalities.
Yeah.
How else are you supposed to talk?
It's so difficult because people, I think in the current state of affairs, when you have a conversation, especially with an extremely woke person, they always tend to bring up the two
The
cases.
exalter, they're exalters.
Yeah. And
Not
then,
all acts are like that.
Yeah, and then they want to make that as part of their argument, which is actually not very strong, but they feel as if it's a very strong thing.
It's just not.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Put a pin on it. It's not.
Put a pin on.
So are you feminist or not? Answer, bro.
I have an answer.
No, you haven't.
I believe in equality.
There's no such thing as equality, but
Yeah.
Please expand.
Just now only I was watching a video. There's this Russian girl slapped a Russian man.
Slap, like
Really
like
slapped.
tampa,
Then the Russian man,
tampa muka that thing.
Russian man instantly slapped the Russian girl back.
okay.
Okay.
And then she flew on the floor lah.
She flew on the floor.
Yeah, lah, suka.
So the question is, then I saw the comments lah, because the comments part are always the juiciest part.
Yes.
You know, then you got the first comment is like, that man shouldn't have hit her.
Okay.
Ooh.
Then I'm like, then it got like 280 plus comment on at that comment was
Which you read all lah.
which I had like, whoa, fascinating, you know. Then it's like, men shouldn't hit women. Then some people are like, he totally deserved that shit. Why the fuck you hit a man? I mean, why you hit him lah, you know? What are your thoughts? If a woman slap you, what will you do?
It really depends lah.
My stance is the man should never hit the woman
Why?
for two reasons.
Okay.
One, if you think about it, not from an actions perspective, whether it's equal. You slap me, I slap you. From an actions level, that's equal.
Could be a
Seems
self-
fair, right?
Could be self-defense.
But if you look at it from a pain perspective, I will
Inflict more pain.
inflict more pain
what
on
if
you
the woman damn
than you
strong
on
though?
me. Likely, it's not the case given she flew on the floor,
She flew on the floor, bro.
right?
I saw the video. I'm like,
I'm saying likely that's not the case, lah, right? If I'm fighting Kelly from the WWE,
you gone,
Bro, we gone.
slap me again, let's go. Right? So the pain part is just different, lah. And two, you will get socially exiled whether you like it or not.
Oh, he wasn't socially
Right?
excited.
So from a selfish perspective, you should not do it. So those are the main two reasons, lah. So my stance is, as a guy, even if you do get slapped, you don't slap the girl.
stress.
I think thirdly as well, to add on to Andrew's 2 points, is that I think if you can avoid physical confrontation at all costs, avoid.
Yes.
At all costs. You know why or not? Him slapping her, not only is it he's stronger, and I know you're going to say maybe there are women that are stronger or that. Okay, maybe. But the fact that she flew, different story. Number two, if she fell and she hit her head on the ground, which is concrete, she will die. And if a girl hits a guy, and I'm not saying a girl should hit a guy either, and if that girl is stronger than the guy, if the guy falls on the ground, or even if he's caught off guard, pokes his eye and he falls down, things happen, he can hit his head and he can die. People should avoid physical confrontation at all costs. So, if she hit first, that guy, irrespective of gender, should be saying, why the hell did you hit me? That's it. It's simple, bro. You shouldn't be hitting.
Hard lah, emotion, you know.
Emotion for
lah.
sure.
Yeah.
But you should be the better person. Even if a guy hit you, you should ask, why did you hit me? You shouldn't fight. Bro, we have evolved to this point already, bro. Let's not go back. Let's not.
Bro, it feels like we are going back.
Yeah.
Like, it really feels like we're going back.
Like,
bro.
you know, this is how war starts, you know. Like, in the end, you're going to be like, hey, you know what? I'm Putin. Let's bomb Ukraine, lah. Fuck it, lah. It can go there, you know.
Let's not bomb Ukraine.
Because you just because that's how people go to that point where you start killing people because it's okay, because you've killed before.
Oh, let's not go there, bro.
It starts like that. It starts by hitting, like violence. Then it starts by, I don't know, like taking it to the next level with a bat or with a parang or whatever, inflicting like heavier damage. And then it gets to gun, and then it gets to murder. And then when it becomes so normal for you to take lives, right? That's when you forget, and that's when you become back to becoming a monkey, lah. So you just don't fucking hit people, bro. Girl or guy, just don't hit.
I think
unless
like,
you're in the MMA, then it's fun, lah. You know, then
I think that by and large you shouldn't be hitting a woman.
Just don't hit people.
But you can imagine certain situations where you might have to do it. Maybe.
what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, no, I mean there are both men and women who are like, they could be psychopathic. They should start taking knives out.
True lah.
Your life is in danger.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like some crazy parents, don't say women or men, they want to like, you know, kill their family and kill themselves kind of stuff. Then please use physical violence.
Yeah, lah, true lah. I mean, when it comes to defense, defending a life, then you at all costs.
Yeah.
Defending a life is very important.
And I think that as I have Sean Connery's view here. There's this famous.
I know that video.
You know, right?
Sometimes a girl just needs a little slap.
Yeah,
She needs a little slap.
No, but I say, but I'll never do it with a closed fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I agree. You should, if you have to do it, which is like 0.00001% of situations,
Never do it with
a closed fist. That's it.
It's a fair point, actually.
Because like your chest area is so much more developed than the girl, and you have like 30% more muscle mass or something like that.
What is it? Never do it with a closed fist, is it?
If you have to do it, never do it with a closed fist. Open. Yes.
I heard that if you slap someone really hard, people can go deaf too.
Bro,
Yeah.
let me tell you, that's true. Once my father slapped me so hard, for like 2 minutes I couldn't hear. I just...
I've been there before too.
Yeah, I just sat there like,
Yeah.
what's going on? Then after 2 minutes, I'm like, oh, I got slapped. Yeah, I really went there for 2 minutes. That was a very fucking powerful slap, that. Fuck.
Yeah. So I think even that it's hard, but I mean self-defense very
I think right
important.
now if I slap someone, they might go deaf too.
But the way Sean Connery said it is so like, so suave. Like, yeah, I'll totally do it.
He passed away already.
Yeah, recently.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's a man.
A man of class, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
An extraordinary gentleman.
What the fuck was that sound?
Sorry, it was me. No, I third hit the metal bar.
Oh. But man of class, Sean Connery.
Extraordinary gentleman.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I feel like a versatile actor also.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah. So, Poige, you didn't answer the question.
Yeah, you still haven't answered the question.
What's the question?
Are you a feminist?
What's a
Yes or no?
feminist?
You just answered, no, I'm an equalist.
What's the root? What's
Actually, you
the
know
feminist?
what? That is the correct answer, I feel. It's how I would have answered if anyone asked me.
I'm an equalist.
No, like someone asked me, so my answer is actually, if you study feminism, right, there's 3 waves.
Okay.
So I don't know the second wave. Well, I know the first and the third. Now,
Elaborate.
the first one is when a woman should be afforded the same opportunities as a man. For example, if she wants to vote, she should be able to vote. If she wants to go to university, she should be able to do it.
100%.
If she wants to have kids, she should be able to do it. If she doesn't want to have kids, she shouldn't be forced to do it and things like that. That's if you're saying that's feminism,
Cool.
agree.
Nice.
Third wave feminism is saying that not only that men and women are the same, but that it is good that a woman behave like a man and to pursue things that men traditionally pursue.
What
and
is
to
an
compete
example of this?
career?
Okay, cool.
That they should be encouraged. So in anything, in any issue that you assess, right, there's 3 broad positions you can hold on any issue. You either prohibit it, you permit it, or you promote it.
Permit it.
Permit,
three-piece shit
permit,
going on here.
3P, yeah. So you prohibit, permit, or promote.
Okay.
So I believe in the permit part. And even in some areas, discourage. If there's a fourth one, there's a discourage. Of course, if I put discourage, it's not 3P anymore. So it's not as cool.
Is there any way to say discourage in a P way?
Okay, go to the thesaurus and go and find out.
Pantang.
Yeah, so I would generally be in the permit range. Should a woman be allowed to wear skimpy clothing? Yeah, I believe so. In many situations, I would discourage them to do that.
Huh.
I mean, unless the situation like it's a Halloween party or
Bro, 100% I encourage, bro.
but if you're out in the public, I would exercise caution. Right, you don't want to
100%.
be half naked.
Unless
In the morning in KL or even at night in KL in
KL lah.
Darling Street or whatever.
But what if like Tokyo?
What if
Also
Gotham?
equal. Oosh.
It'd be quite cool, right?
Hey, what is men's version of skimpy clothing, sir?
Gigolo.
Do you get?
Gigoloic.
I don't know. But what third wave feminism is saying, no, you must promote. You must become a career woman. You're wasted if you become a housewife. That's
Right.
not about I disagree.
Wow, that's actually I'm quite 50-50 about it. No, I think women actually make very, very good like family people versus men. Men can I mean more often than not, men are very detached lah.
I think like a woman, again, generally speaking,
Yeah.
woman prepares like their kids on how they should behave at home. But a man prepares a kid on how they should behave in the outside world,
Generally speaking lah.
generally speaking.
Yeah.
Can women do the other? Can men do the other? Yeah, sure.
I think single parents also like have to
yeah.
navigate these territories, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So I'm a first wave feminist. I'm not a third wave, which is the current one.
I feel like the second wave is the answer. The fuck is the second wave? We gotta find out.
Yeah, what's the
second
second wave?
Google it lah.
You got
Boy is on his
second
phone.
wave, yeah.
Yeah, that should be the answer.
Yeah.
Seems too polarizing.
But I'm not an expert, so maybe I even got third wave feminism wrong. So maybe you can Google and correct me if I'm wrong. But I do understand it.
That plot twist, your third is actually second. There's actually a more extreme third.
Maybe.
I think so. I feels that way.
Maybe.
It
That
feels like
females need to be dominating.
yeah, which I think
That's
actually.
misandry, really. That's a specific word for it. It's called misandry.
Oh fuck.
But I think that's
You know,
actually
like there's patriarchy, then I think there's no misandry, I think. Is it? No, so matriarchy, sorry.
Yeah.
or matriarchy.
San Landre.
Yeah.
Yeah, that obviously I'm not in favor for. I
Right.
don't.
So I'm googling three waves of. So the three main types of feminism emerged:
Oh, I just want to Google this shit.
liberal, radical, and cultural. So mainstream feminism focuses on institutional reforms, okay, which meant reducing gender discrimination, giving women access to male-dominated spaces, and promoting equality. So there's actually four waves.
Oh, it's a fourth one. What do you know?
The first wave is, I think, because I'm skimming, so don't quote me on this, but basically allowed to vote. I think that's bare minimum already actually now. So maybe you were right about 3 waves. Second wave is women's society role in society.
Okay.
Okay, so third wave is when they enjoyed more rights, so able to think about their identity, welcoming individuality, and a bit of and they say and rebellion, which is a very unique choice of word lah. But they were referencing Eve Ensler's The Vagina Monologues, The Guerrilla Girls, and Punk Rock Riot Girls, because cannot misspell right. Anyway, it's more of a they're more conscious. I don't know what that means. Then fourth wave, some people still think we're in the third wave of feminism since the fourth wave isn't so much of a shift, but it's the Me Too movement.
I know about the Me Too movement, man.
Suddenly Poige is just
Okay, you fucking woke, man.
Yeah.
bro, he's been on that Jordan
I CEO work, bro. Haven't you
So-
not seen MJ's Instagram?
Yeah. So the way I will explain this is, let's say the issue of income inequality in between men and women. One big contributing factor is generally men like objects and women like relationships. So obviously, if you like relationships, engineering is not where it is because you do a lot of machines, right? Planes, wires, things like that. Men like that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
right? And they're gonna excel there. And if you excel in engineering, you generally get paid because you solve not just a lot of different problems, but you solve big
Mechanical.
problems.
Yeah.
Right? So a first wave feminist like myself will say it's like, yeah, nothing, no problem. It's normal. But third wave will say that, well, you see, the reason why women don't go into engineering because they're discouraged. Or because there's like some sort of ceiling or some sort of
It's
Inbuilt
basically not
feminism.
their fault. That's what they're trying to say.
No, but you see, that's the thing. I don't even think you need to go to the conversation of fault because it is what it is.
It is
Right.
what
It is what it is.
No, but I feel like it's always somebody else's fault with it, with this type of conversation.
What can you
No, look,
WCYD?
if you ask me to give,
I think we confirm highlight lah. I tell you, girls are gonna fuck
If
us
it-
up on
I-
the
I-
I'm very
conversation.
quiet for a reason. Yeah.
I'm very quiet. Also. I am very quiet.
Bro,
also.
Poike is far from quiet, but okay.
I damn quiet,
so
bro.
let me put it this way. So if you had to ask me to explain it to a general audience, then I would say, look, reconsider your intensity or your decision to go into the STEM field because the STEM field is a very difficult field to be in. You might do better in biology as a lady, but physics and chemistry is going to be very difficult. Just as I wouldn't recommend men to go into like nursing or that in droves. That's going to be difficult for them as well. But if I'm talking to an individual woman, I'm not going to go out and say, no, you shouldn't enter STEM field. I'm going to ask you, how well do you do in your exams?
Yeah.
What do you like
yeah,
to do?
True,
Have
true.
you run? Do you like experiments? Who are your heroes? Oh, my hero is like Ainsley Earhart or some Stephen Hawking. I read all his books. I love like doing math on my
Steve
spare
Hawking,
time,
yeah.
and I always score 90. I just say, okay, yeah, I think you should go and do math and physics and great.
It's that specific person lah.
Exactly. So does this mean that women shouldn't go into STEM? No, but it is a fact that if you have temperaments of the average woman and you go into the field, you will not feel at home. You will feel fish out of water. You'll be fish out of water.
I mean, similarly to a guy, right? If a guy were to come
Exactly.
up to you and the guy was like, oh, you know, my favorites are people who like do fashion design, or my favorites are people who work in, I don't know.
Go
like,
for it lah.
Yeah, just do it lah. What the
Yeah.
fuck? But I wouldn't tell you, hey, bro,
Yeah.
you're a guy lah. You must do engineering. What the fuck does that?
And do you-
what kind of shit like that happens, bro?
So I will explain that these three waves in that example. The third wave one is like, no, women need to get in there, and the reason they're not in there is because there's this invisible wall, invisible ceiling,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
inherent racism on the top.
And I think even like when it comes to casting movies, it's not just women lah. I think like all the minority races are kind of like shoved in there.
Yeah.
And they're not right for the role sometimes.
And another like thing that Jordan Peterson brings up, which I like, is that all the talk about inequality and all that is in only when men are involved and when men are dominating in those spheres. Why don't we talk about the spheres where women dominate? Where is the income equality for OnlyFans creators?
Yeah, dude. What the fuck? How come I can't get an
Modeling?
OnlyFans? Yeah, modeling. Bro, you know my cousin is a model and he earns shit.
Yeah.
You know Tim? He's so good looking, but he's like, bro, male models
But
get
let me
paid
put
shit.
on my third wave feminist hat, right? They say, yeah, but you see, that's men objectifying women. That's why they get paid and all that. They always have a spin on this. But look, yeah, that's one area. Now, not only that, how about areas where men are low income, but they dominate that area? Like bricklaying. Where
Oh,
is
that
the
one
equality
nobody
for
talk about it,
bricklaying?
yeah.
Where is the alam flora?
Yeah, bro.
Where's the alam flora? Why are you not fighting for equality there?
How come no women throwing rubbish also?
The bricklaying, going up to the electric pole to fix all this.
Actually, that one I go see lah.
Yeah, I mean, it got lah, for sure got.
But they never fight for it.
Then how about those go offshore oil and gas?
Oh yeah. Actually, that one also got lah, but it's not a lot lah.
Offshore oil and gas, all this. Where is the...
Actually, yeah. How come rubbish men don't have women one?
Yeah, exactly. But you see, right? Those feminists who are with an agenda, what they will say is that, yeah, but these are not areas of
Interest?
influence and power. So what is it actually about? Is it actually about equality, or is it about power?
See, and this is why I love watching Jordan Peterson's video recently.
It's about power. Just admit it, right? You know, you gotta be like Sauron. Sauron doesn't. Sauron doesn't hide. I am about power.
He's got a big eye. He's just looking at you.
Yeah, I am power. I can respect that, man. Hey, Sauron, you know,
All seeing eye.
you and your Balrogs, right? Like,
You and your Balrog.
yeah. But a lot of them, I'm not saying all, right? Because there's different spectrums of feminists and all that. Some feminists don't know better. A lot of feminists start out saying, yeah, women, then they realize that the movement is not where it should be heading. And so that's what I feel, that's not being talked a lot enough.
It's not talked about enough.
What? I mean, OnlyFans, that's a classic example.
But you know, I also think that perhaps the media only captures the extremes. You know, maybe
They need to sell.
They need to sell. Like, and I'm always about that shit. I always feel that the cis.coms, the Vanity Fairs, the Rolling Stones, they are the ones that's even in media like E! News and all that shit. That's all that sells. They have to sell an extreme story. They don't sell the mediocre man. Right? They don't sell the
capitalism.
Right? Like, I don't think they talk about that, because if the headline isn't catchy, no one clicks, and if no one clicks, no one sees the ads, and if no one sees the ads, they don't get paid.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why you have things like Florida man fights alligator for his iPods.
Yeah.
His iPod. You know, you get like headlines like shit like that lah.
Yeah, it gets clicks.
Yeah. And you just unfortunately don't see like, oh, man wakes up, grabs his coffee and reads a newspaper.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what the fuck is this? No one's gonna. Actually, I think I would click on that, because they'll be like, wow, that's so strange. I wonder why they're talking about something so mediocre. But it's like shit like that don't get clicks, so I think that's why it propagates easier, ma.
Yeah. So that's feminism for you. In the modern state. But like I said, I'm a feminist in many regards. I believe women
Bro,
should
I think I'm a feminist, although that video went fucking viral about us making us look like we all like.
that's Brian's fault.
That's Brian's fault, lah, Brian.
That was just.
You listening, Brian?
Yeah. But then again, I think it's okay.
But then again, he wants the clicks, right? So he did what he did.
Capitalism.
Bro.
right.
We had a meeting after that shit, and we all looked like he didn't want that, lah. Okay. We all were like, bro, this is bad shit. Harith came in and he was like, but serious, did you or did you not mean it? Then I said, I meant it. He said, so why should you be sorry about it? What, bro? That's some big dick energy right there from Harith,
Yeah, man.
bro.
That's some XL energy, man.
Right. He looked like, he called me and he asked me that question. Did you mean it? I was like, yes. Then don't be sorry.
Let me share with you one thing I realized about this is that you are actually, in terms of cancel culture and that, we are in a pretty good space where you can fight back to all this woke stuff, left-wing stuff, because the country is not very left-wing.
Well, that's a good point.
Oh,
That's a good point.
okay, right? If I am anti-left, right, you will find a lot of supporters, especially in the Malay crowd.
Yeah.
You, like from a just a sociology point of view, it's actually quite okay. It's a lot harder for our brethren in New York who have opposing views to people on the left.
It is tough.
Yeah, it's very tough. You can't say, you can't even like give your opinion that, maybe a kid should have both a male and a female raise them together.
Cannot.
Because
Yeah, confirm
you said,
confirm die one.
Yeah.
Confirm die. Actually, I feel like when I was younger and I found out that my friend was a Republican, I also felt like, wow, this guy must be so conservative and all that. And it's strange because before that I treated him like a normal guy.
yeah, why should you change, right? I mean,
Yeah, and then only when I grow older I realize it's just people have different points of view, but doesn't mean they're a bad person.
no, also America, like they're so well off, especially in the coastal cities. They just need to find an enemy. Everybody like in Malaysia and all that, our enemy is inflation. We have to put food on the table.
100% true.
Yeah, we have to
couldn't agree more.
then we have to like buy house so the in-laws are happy, whatever lah, right? Those in New York can argue about this kind of thing lah. The people need something to argue about and something to fight and all that. That's why
Maybe
Twitter works.
Yeah. I was in Japan, right? Then I met this lady, her name is Holly. She's like maybe in her 40s ish. I'm not sure.
She went there for a holiday, is it?
No, I mean, so.
Is that a play on her name?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my fucking god.
Quite cringe.
I don't know why I got that. I'm a bit embarrassed I got
Drew,
that.
you should be embarrassed, Drew.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Jesus
Can
fucking
we just
Christ.
edit that out?
Gringe.
Gringali as fuck.
Gringe, bro.
So basically, we were there in Japan because the government sponsored us to go to see the new locations in Japan. And then she's shitting on America the whole time.
Oh, damn.
For what? What?
Now she's
Why?
like, Americans get this wrong, Americans get that wrong. And she's a nice person. Like, actually, she's a very nice person. I only known her for like 3-4 days, but I feel like she's a very nice person. But I feel like, wow, it's not that bad lah. It's a place of innovation, you know.
And they have a lot of openness. Actually, America's successes and failures are they love to broadcast that shit.
Yeah.
They love to do it.
Yeah, and I think it's great. I think if there is a country to do it, it's that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why like new things always they are, you know, as much as they are bad, like you see the software underbelly, how fucked up the country is,
man.
and you know, like
You think we don't have it here?
yeah, we have it here, bro. You know, but they are pioneers of innovation, and that is something you cannot take away from them. It is a result of their competition. It is a result of them questioning a lot of things. So maybe like although it is not in a great place right now where people are always like shitting on like cancel culture and the Me Too movement and all that. Maybe it's also like I wouldn't say it's maybe a product, but maybe it's a byproduct of their questioning.
Yeah, definitely that. And America has a very self-critical culture. It has a very unique culture where they always look to themselves and all that. That's why they're always having debate about the wars overseas and all that. I don't see a lot of Russians debating about the war in Ukraine.
Because Russia's fucking fuck, bro.
Yeah.
See, that's why aliens attacks America in every movie.
Well,
I'm pretty sure that's just because they have more movies.
Yeah.
and also
Like fuck, they're just here.
because of this self-critical culture and that they expose it to the rest of the world, so the rest of the world can see and laugh at them. But I always remember this story or this experience I had, like going out with my mom to buy vegetables. Okay. I'll show you the example, right? And she will pick out lettuce. It was lettuce or cabbage. No. Sorry, bak choy and all that lah. Those leafy greens.
Lettuce, cabbage, and bak choy far, bro.
Leafy green. I think a few vegetables are like okay. Anyway, the vegetable was like is leafy.
Okay.
So I would look at the one. Naturally, you're as a kid, right? You will pick the one that looks the best, right?
Yeah, I mean that is how you choose it.
But my mom always picked the ones with like a few holes.
Oh, that's so my dad. It's like because there was no
Most
insecticide.
Yes. So that's like my mom's reasoning. Now, whether the exact science she got it right or not, I don't know. But what I learned from that is that, you know, great things always have some sort of flaw and weakness. Imperfection. And it is the vegetable that has no holes. That's the thing you have to watch out.
Perfection is what you should avoid. I think I read this in the book. You never trust a man in a suit. Or some shit like that. Yeah. When you do business, you never trust a man in a suit.
I think it's a good heuristic.
I think it's in Spider-Man actually.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, like Ben Parker says that to Peter Parker. It's like you never trust
Uncle
a man.
Ben has the best quotes.
Yeah, I think he said something like that. And then when my dad said that, that's why there's this whole Japanese thing about like wabi sabi, right? Is it wabi sabi? It's not.
Wabisuke.
No, it's not. It's not wasabi, bro. I think it's wabi sabi. It's the perfection in imperfection, or the
Yeah.
I see. You know what I'm saying, right? There is no real like English translation for what wabi sabi is, but basically you find perfection in imperfection.
Why does that sound so familiar, man?
Yeah, so America is that, right? America is the bak choy with some holes in it. and people also need to realize, like people say, wow, see America's so divided. Or like, hey bro, if you go back, right, they've had much more division in the past.
Yeah, man.
You go back to the 60s, right? Wow, they were like huge hoo-ha about the Vietnam War, civil rights, the sexual revolution, so many things, you know. And then you go back even further, they literally they had a civil war.
Yeah,
They're
man.
literally killing each other. And you're telling me what's happening right now with you tweeting out there and all that. You think like that's the worst part?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, man.
It's not
true.
bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. It's really
Not bad. People forget all that.
it's easy to forget because we're not bathed in blood, man.
I think
No,
more like
America, right? They will always like argue and debate and all that because they're a very diverse country. But you always need like one event, right, that threatens all, which is very hard, lah. But one event that threatens them all, right, then they are very united. Today, that thing is China.
Very soon it's going
Democrats
to be
and Republicans are very agreed on this way. They just debate on how they should go about it only, but they are very. Like
It's true. It's true. I think I heard this on Joe Rogan as well.
Yeah.
He was like, the moment you have a threat, wow, they are the most united motherfuckers ever.
2001, 9/11.
Yeah, bro. They were like Iran, Iraq.
Yeah. People, everyone except like Bernie Sanders, like Hillary Clinton, all that, all voted to invade Iraq and all that. What? Right? Yeah. Then after they came, there was no WMDs, whatever lah. But do you need something like that lah, external? Then when America unites, right, they are unbeatable. They cannot lose.
Bro, it's because they're the superhero of the show, bro.
Yeah, they cannot lose.
They are the Dwayne Johnson of Brown
They
Adam.
cannot. That's why China is smart in that they enjoy the current division, lah. So they can continuously build up, things like that, and make sure America continues. But of course, right now, it seems like America is united on the China issue, but on a lot of other issues, they're not very united.
I'm so anti-China, bro.
Yes,
I'm so anti-China. I fucking hate it, man.
I'm not. I don't think. I wouldn't say I'm anti-China. I'm not very favorable of the existing team at the CCP lah. I'll put it that way.
Bro, I'm like so anti-China. Every time I see a
But
mate-
you can't say like China, right? Like with all of its history, with your heritage.
Okay, so maybe I'm anti-China economy.
Chinese cuisine.
You know, Chinese girls.
Village roast duck is really good.
Okay. I like
Chinese
Chinese.
girls.
I like Chinese food.
Right.
I just
Chinese girls, right?
I'm
Chinese girls.
Yeah, see,
I love
knew you
Chinese
would
girls.
resonate with
Chinese
that.
girls, TikTok.
100%, man.
Chinese girls on TikTok.
Yeah, this is probably from China, you know.
it's from Australia.
Australia, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, but this could be from China.
Yeah.
That one, then like probably from China.
but why? What do you mean?
Why
when
you
say-
anti-China, bro? Chill.
Honestly, it's because I feel like I don't want all of us to be like China. I just don't want us.
What's wrong with China?
For one thing, you don't have a lot of your freedoms. So, example, I don't know whether you guys know this very famous like live streamer. He's this male who does makeup. He's actually quite famous. I forgot what's his name, but you can
Right.
Google it lah. So this guy, I think, if I'm not mistaken, had a birthday or somebody's birthday or some shit, and he had a cake that looked like a tank. And then
Okay.
he was banned for like 6 months.
Because of 1989 lah.
Yeah, because of the Tiananmen Square shit.
Yeah.
And then, like, the moment he banned for 6 months, all the other streamers all got damn a lot of views. But the moment he came back, right, all the streamers are like, my views are so shit. You're probably watching his stream right now. And things like that, I feel like are overly sensitive because
Isn't it the same in Malaysia? In Malaysia, you talk about Agong or whoever, you straight gone.
yes,
But
but
Agong is not that powerful lah, right? Not as powerful
Compared to
as-
not as powerful as China lah. Let's put it this
Kind
way.
of feels the same lah. So it also does happen in Malaysia, what?
Bro,
If that's an example.
I think their lockdowns are a testament lah to how hardcore
it's
they
quite
are lah.
crazy, yeah.
They are still
Zero
under
COVID.
lockdown.
Zero COVID.
I mean, if we are still under lockdown, okay. So what does the lockdown got to do with how bad?
I just don't want 100% control from the government. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so let's say I give you an example, right? If this sort of government in China is so effective in producing and having economic relations with so many countries, a lot of countries would replicate that. Or if they could, they would lah. Because they say, it works in China, shouldn't it work here? And then they'll just change the systems here. And then you'll be like Andrew working damn late lah. Slowly, all companies will start to change. It'll be very competitive.
Maybe the reason why other countries don't want to adopt it is because it's not in their interest to try and adopt something so radical. Because say I am Sweden,
Yeah.
right? China's doing really well, contesting against America on the global scale. Okay, fantastic. Let me try and adopt this. Assume I'm currently in power in Sweden, right? I risk losing that power. So it's not in my incentive to adopt it, in spite of the fact that I agree with it personally.
What if everybody just like starts to do that shit?
No,
accumulatively,
but
right?
it's still it's the same thing of what Drew
Yeah,
was saying.
my point is,
I agree with it as leader of Sweden, but I won't do it because I will lose power because my people will revolt. Although I agree with it personally, and although I recognize that it is a better system. So that's the reason why most countries don't adopt it, in spite of the fact that it's a better system. Could be lah. I'm stating a theory lah, right? I don't know if it's true or not.
But I think some companies, doesn't mean government, will start to adopt that. It's like, how come we can't keep up?
No, I'm talking about from a government's perspective.
Yeah, but I mean, companies could slowly adopt that, right?
Sure.
If the company adopt, then
Same thing lah, right? You got churn.
No, but I
leave,
think
whatever lah.
I think in a company sense, it's a lot easier to adopt lah than a country sense.
Yeah, but you see, it starts somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And if a culture can show that it works, I give example, lah, right? You look at Xiaomi, right? Cheap, mass produce, good quality, right?
I know my TV, my 55-inch is 2.2K only.
Oh fuck, that's a good deal.
That is damn good deal, right?
Hey, is
Yeah,
some
because
quality
HD, huh?
Is it good? Is it
Bro,
fantastic?
I watch House of Dragons on the TV.
That's
good
that's
show,
the-
good show, good show.
I want to buy the
good show.
TV. Okay, I need a 55-inch specifically.
Yeah,
I need a TV
2.2K only. Xiaomi, go.
That's not bad. Okay, yeah.
You see? So let's say you have that. Then you look at the Sony televisions. It's
Japanese.
Japanese. It's big. It's whatever, right? It used to be top-notch quality, but now people are very price conscious. So all of us can agree. I even find that 55-inch Xiaomi TV sounds very attractive. Price-wise, size-wise, everything lah, right? And we all start to gradually move there. And companies usually serve what consumers want.
Yeah.
So if everybody starts moving in that direction, where we're just going to overwork the fuck out of people, and if they're not happy, they can chow, the resource is no longer the resources of the country, but it's the people of the country lah, right? And they're going to abuse that shit lah. And I don't want that for Malaysia. I don't want that for the rest of the world.
I think for Malaysia, there are several reasons why
It will never
won't
happen.
be able to happen. I don't think we have the capabilities for one.
No, we don't. I'm a testament to this. I cannot compete with Chinese people.
I'm sure you're familiar with the term the 996, right?
Bro, he wants not 996, bro. This one is 12, 12, 12 or some fuck like that.
Sort of 7 would be the max lah, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's intense. 996.
12, 12, 7.
996, I'm basically a guy at a water cooler chilling, bro. The reality is not 996.
Yeah.
It's 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. maybe lah. Fuckers don't even eat, bro. They're photosynthesis all the way. I don't even see them eat. I swear to God.
Yeah, but I genuinely don't think that their way of life is sustainable. First of all, it can't be practiced. It's so difficult to practice unless like maybe you're Korean or Japanese. Then maybe you can practice. Right? Even Singaporeans are finding hard to practice, and they work long hours. Singaporeans,
They do.
right? I think we also work pretty long hours, but not as
Not as hardcore as our neighbors.
But I don't think we have the capability to do it. And here's the key thing, right? We actually don't have to do it because there's just so many people. I don't think we have the same labor situation here.
Maybe
I don't think
maybe I'm just afraid. But now, okay. So let's disregard that entire conversation of labor and how potentially we could be
Yeah.
like that lah. Okay, I even don't like made in China products because I feel like it's so mass produced. Excuse me. So because it's so mass produced, I don't know why I'm paying such a like example lah. I go Uniqlo and I want to buy a jacket there, right? I see made in China, like, oh my god, I'm not buying this jacket. Fuck this. If I go to the groceries and I see like made in China, I'm like, oh my god, fuck this. I'm not gonna pay.
All right.
I just feel like it's so mass produced, so it's like, why are you charging me this amount? Unless it's damn fucking dirt cheap, I'm like, no choice, lor. I have to save money. But if I'm buying a premium product, I refuse to buy from China. Lah.
I think China is at the period.
Where Japan was.
Yeah, so I think Japan, Korea, Taiwan had the same reputation back in the 70s, 80s,
yeah.
or even before that, as they were growing their economy. And so China, I think, is no different. For me, I think it's okay if China creates good products. At the end of the day, I don't care, right? Whether I can get my entertainment from TikTok or YouTube or whatever. I want to get entertainment. That's what I really care about. And
You just
same
care
for
about the
goods.
quality of what it
I care
is.
about the quality, and generally it's a plus to everyone. If someone can produce good quality televisions for very cheap, I don't think that's an issue. It's something that I would say I would applaud China for, because they have tremendous manufacturing excellence.
But what is the expense, you know? That's what I'm afraid
Expense
of.
to who? To their people or us?
I think it's to their people, and I think people are people.
Right. So that, for me, that's for them to solve lah.
Oh, it's just like, fuck it lah.
That's for them. That's why now China is facing this issue called lying flat. 躺平, they call it. It's lying flat. People, every time, last time you work, right, you can make a lot of money in China. Today, you work, you don't get a lot. So then they just do the bare minimum, not get fired. Then after work, go play basketball, go have fun and all that. And they don't just do anything. They don't try to strive. This is already happening. This is a diametric response to 996. Right, lying flat.
Yeah. It's
Things like
basically
that.
quiet quitting.
Quiet quitting, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like the China version.
it's their, I think it's their issue to solve, and as they gain more wealth, then suddenly they get more freedoms, and they realize like no, not everything is about work, and you know all
It's
this.
just a cycle that is
It's a
in
cycle,
this process.
Transition,
yeah,
man.
like they are there, and you know America is at we have so much money we can just waste all this crap and talk about crap and have no repercussions. And it's actually very different societies for me, because if you look at China, right, it's a very inward looking society, because generally the people, the countries that surround them and the situation that surround them are threatening. So to the north, you have Russians and snow,
Yeah.
or the Mongolians, right? To the east, you have Muslims and the Tibetans, who used to be enemies. To the south, you have the Vietnamese, whose history is built on why they hate China.
East, you have your Koreans and Japanese.
And the Koreans and Japanese, right? So they've always had
Surrounded
to, and there's always had that siege mentality, and you know, and then within their country, there's a lot of infighting and all that stuff. America is very outward looking. First of all, east west, you have oceans.
Oh, Yahweh, actually.
Yeah.
Now you
It's
have
like,
oceans.
Then like south, you have Mexico.
Okay, north Canada, they're not doing anything. In fact,
Bro, Canada help you, bro. Canada were like, yeah, we will assist
yeah,
you.
and in
America.
fact, like America might invade Canada. They've actually recently released documents of plans that America had to invade Canada. Back
But
in
I
the day.
swear to God, Canada would just be like,
Well, just take it.
Anything
Yeah,
lah.
let's-
Hey, can we just match currencies?
Yeah, yeah. Then to the south, you've got Mexico.
Mexico.
You got a bunch of South American countries who are like in absolute shambles. A lot of them. And you've got Mexico, hardworking population. You've got cheap food, and they never want to piss the US off. And the US want a lot of their immigrants as well, right?
It's true. It's true.
the-
They it's a resource to
And they're
them.
not- so if you're America, you're like,
Nice.
yeah, it's easy mode. It's actually easy mode. And also, if you want to go even deeper, the Mississippi River is one of the best. It's a ridiculous river, because so if you know anything about transportation, right? There are three types of land, sea, and air. The cheapest one is always water transport.
Oh, it's just
Yeah, water transport I was reading is something like 1/12 the cost of land, something like that. That's why like oil shipments is always through water and all that, by and large. So in a typical like landlocked country, or a country that has a lot of land, you have to transport in between states using land, so it's more expensive. So the Mississippi River, certainly for the east side, right, from center to east, right, is this river that spreads out and connect to all different areas, to Florida, to New York, very nicely like that. So they have an internal, natural, navigable transport system,
That saves money.
Yes, and that is why they save money, and that's why they can have a lot of capital. That's why America is very rich, because all these little costs, they don't have to think about war. They don't have to think about transport so much. They don't have to think so much about food, because Mexico is supplying so much of their food, their corn, their avocados, and all that.
You got California.
And you got California, and you got massive resources. And to add to that, so these are the luck part, right, of the country. Then you add to that, right, that they have a general philosophy of openness and immigration. So all the best talents in the world go there.
They go there.
Here's a fact you guys need to know. Do you know America didn't spend a single cent on Elon Musk's education?
Wait, what? What does that mean?
Because he was raised in South Africa.
Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah, he's South African.
He's not even fucking American.
South Africa paid for his education, and America got all the rewards.
nice.
And everyone can go there. And yeah, people will complain. People don't even complain that the Chinese and the Indians and the Taiwanese and the Vietnamese are earning more than whites. They don't care. They really
I mean,
don't
recently
care.
the UK president and the minister is an Indian dude.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Rishi Sunak.
Yeah.
So you've got all the ingredients to succeed. You have all this
You have,
geography,
like, geography.
and you layer on that, because you see, right, one question you might ask is, well, if they were so great in geography, why didn't the native Indians invade Europe? Why the other way
They
around?
didn't have brain lah.
Yeah, because they didn't have that
Infrastructure. They hadn't.
yeah,
Actually,
that
I think
philosophy, that mindset.
it's the manifest destiny.
Yes,
They didn't have manifest destiny.
so, but among other things, they didn't have that explorer attitude lah. So in Plymouth Rock, when the Europeans came over, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact sequence, but the Germans came, the Irish came, the Scottish came, and slowly they went to. Then the Asians started to come, the Japanese, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Then the Mexicans. So
It's a very welcoming place as well, lah. Yeah.
it's ridiculous. So you've got this infinite talent pool, no? So that's why I always say, like, a lot of people like to say, well, China has like a 1 billion odd talent pool, and that's great. They've done good work with that. But the United States, right, have an 8 billion talent pool, and they can pick and choose, you know. China,
it's 'cause
all
of
1
the
billion.
world. It's the world.
China, right, 1 billion, right, they have to take the good and the bad. The US, if they get their policies right, they can choose who to bring in. But if they start bringing in people who are like the way Sweden is doing it with like Somalians and all these refugees, then that's
Then
a bad
shite
idea.
lah, yeah lah.
Like Germany is facing huge issues. Like first it was the Syrian war, so they took in a lot of Syrian refugees.
Yeah.
Then now Ukrainian refugees.
Yeah.
Or then that's bad. But the America get to pick and choose. Good, bad. You come in like that.
It's because they can even choose like which industry they want to forward.
Yeah.
So they know how to choose because of that experience. And also, I think the time, it's not just the geography and everything. I think even the time, by the way, the quiche is incredible.
Oh, thanks.
I want one then.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Sorry. I'm going to grab a quiche for Pogi.
Bit hungry.
But I'm not going to forget my point. Just give me a minute.
Yeah. So that's why America has the ability to project power.
Right.
This quiche is fucking good.
They and in geopolitical terms, right, they have an option to participate in geopolitics.
Yeah.
Whereas in China, geopolitics comes to them.
Yeah. I think it's also the timing. Like, you know, post World War II, right?
Right.
And you know, it's the age of the internet and everything. So if you really look at the timeline, right? After World War II, major development.
Yeah.
Then the early years of 1980, 1990, that type of thing, the US dollar wasn't that strong. And there was a lot of issues that happened around the world that caused a lot of people to move to the US because it's like, what's that word in how do you call US in Chinese?
美国, yeah.
美国is like beautiful land, right? And it's an opportunity. So a lot of people would go there because it's the land of opportunity. And it's even branded that way, where it's like, you know, it's a better place, and you know if you work hard, you would get what
You get
deserve.
somewhere lah. Right?
Yeah, you get what you deserve, if not more. It's the land of opportunity, and that's why they have like all these terms, right? Like pull yourself up by the bootstraps.
Yeah,
in the US. They have that whole like New York. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. The branding is so fucking good, and the timeline was good. So when you attract all these talents, and you're right, you get to pick.
They get to pick and choose.
You pick the best. Wow, bro.
Yeah, Elon Musk, just that story. It's crazy.
PayPal, Tesla.
SpaceX, Twitter now.
Yeah, bro. The Twitter's oh shit, bro.
Vine.
Vine, yeah.
Oh, he bought Vine.
No, he's planning to.
Oh, that's it lah.
So I look at that, I'm like, how can people say that they're out? And the thing is, I think people are misjudging America. There are a lot of people saying that America is in decline and all that. America is in retreat. They have been policing the world, whether you like it or not, for a long time. And let's be honest, they've done a good job.
Yeah, man. I can agree. Like they have a lot of they have like what you call bases everywhere around the world to make sure anything goes wrong, they're there.
So one thing I always disagree with people is that they always do, America always defend, go into other nations because of some sort of resources. And a lot of it is due to a bit of recency bias with the Middle Eastern shenanigans, right? But I always use the example of Vietnam. If they didn't do it for either a mixture of ideology or genuinely wanting to protect the Vietnamese and ASEAN as a whole from falling into communism, right? What was in Vietnam that America needed?
Nothing,
Rubber? What was in Vietnam? Pho? What?
Yeah, fucking nothing.
Banh mi? No, like they don't. Korea? You know, I was reading a few excerpts on the Korean War, right, in the 50s. The soldiers who were on the plane, did they even know where they were going? Korea. Where's that? They didn't know. That means they just pick up and go, right? So not everything in America is related to just pure resources and all that. You might argue influence and all that. But based on their capabilities, they can do a lot more harm to people. Like
And they still choose to do sort of the right thing.
they are quite a benevolent empire, lah, I would say.
They're the hero of the story, bro.
Yeah. So far, lah.
So far, lah. So
Yeah. So what America is doing now and all that is that they're retreating. People are seeing a lot of like weakness and all that for America. Actually, for me, they're retreating.
But why do you think they're retreating?
I think when you look at what they've done for the world, there's just a lot of partly ungratefulness. So a lot of Europeans don't like Americans, and they say why Americans involved in all these wars, and every decision is criticized by Europe, things like that. When they forget, right, that America is literally securing the entire continent. Then when you go into Asia, they invested into China, and they still want to play a big leadership role there. But then you get China rising up to challenge their leadership, things like that. Why you have troops in Japan, why you have troops in Korea. But that's more of like the external reasons. I think the internal reasons also, people will be asking, why do we have to police the world? Only 11% of America's GDP is in exports, of which 75% of that GDP comes from Canada and Mexico.
That's quite sad.
That means 4% of their exports as percentage of GDP actually comes from the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So if they don't trade with the rest of the world, it's also fine. They secure sea lanes so that if you ship a product from Ireland to Singapore, no pirates can attack. Because they attack, the US will be there. Yeah, US will be there. And this has benefited everyone, including China, including everybody.
It's because people take safety for granted.
Right, and people want to challenge that.
Yeah.
It's okay, we retreat, lor. We're like, because it becomes less and less profitable, and people start, so then they retreat. And I can tell you, right, if you hate a US-led world, you're gonna hate a world that's not led by the US. I'll give you a case example, right, which is Asia. A lot of people say, why do you have so many troops in Korea, in Japan, and all these places, right? Naval bases in Vietnam, in Singapore. Why do they have that? Okay, just imagine if they pull up. You guys handle your own shit, right?
Is the answer stability?
The first thing that will happen is that Japan will rearm.
You think so?
Japan has to rearm because they have no. Well, actually, they're already ramping up investments in their army. But I read somewhere before that Japan can actually build up 4,000 nuclear warheads in a year.
What the fuck?
Isn't that enough to like decimate the world?
Bro,
Yeah,
that's
it's
Terminator
enough.
salvation right,
One
there, man.
year.
Okay, so when that happens, right, the South Koreans will say, who are not big fans of Japan, also,
I also better arm up.
yeah, so I got North Korea, so I better arm up. Then the Indians will look, the Taiwanese will look, hey, we are, okay, especially in Taiwan's case, we are pretty high-tech nation. We have good relations with Japan. Maybe we should get some of ourselves to protect.
GG.
Then the Indians will get it. And then the Vietnamese will also say, well,
And then what do?
we are little dragons. We can also get our own nuclear
Weapons.
weapons. And I mean, for the other ASEAN nations, I don't know. I don't know whether Malaysia can do it, but right.
Bro, I don't know.
So what this is doing, right? It is now changing, right? So in geopolitics, in Asia now is two players: China, US, China, US, China, US. US steps out. You have multiple players now. So last time you only have to think of the calculations of two parties.
Yep.
But if you remove the US, now you have to think of calculation of 7 to 8 parties, and each have differing opinions and all that. And so if you're in China's position, and if you want to kick the US out of the Asia Pacific, you will soon be facing, right, neighbors that all are nuclear powered, all can build nuclear weapons. And the Japanese can definitely do it. If they want to do it, they do it. And if
Bro,
they
they're already
really-
using it in their factories now, for fuck's sake, man.
and if they're yeah, exactly, right, Fukushima and all
Bro,
that.
they got Gundam, bro.
Yeah, and if they want to switch from freaking Hello Kitty back to
Evangelion, bro.
Pacific Rim.
yeah, if they want to switch back to the Bushido days, right?
It's
Just turn
easy,
it
bro.
on.
It's so easy for them, bro.
If
It's
they
so
want to
easy.
do it, yeah. And they're ready, and then they will not go down with a fight, and they will try to battle it out. And they are good friends with India. So you have China, right? Like the worst thing I always say is that the US steps out. Yes, they do say stupid things about China. Yes, they meddle.
But they're all human also, lah. We forget that, right? Like the people who are represented on television or on the news, it's like you say one stupid thing, or you say even if you do say a smart thing, people clip it out and then they make it look like as if it's a dumbass statement, you know?
Yeah, but yeah, lor. So that's why I'm not big fans of everything the US does, but you just imagine a world without them.
Actually, when you do say that, I never really thought of the calculations as to what to happen after.
You have to think of the second order consequence of what will people do when it happens.
Yeah, I never really considered that.
Yeah. It's the same logic I use for the NEP in Malaysia also. I said, okay, let's imagine a world where you remove it. What happens?
I got so much problem in Malaysia. I can't think of US and China problem, lah, bro. We can't even fix our nation, man. Imagine if the US leave. Hi.
But it's something that the peace we take is for granted.
Oh, I never take this for granted, man. Like
You're talking about the US piece.
Yeah.
You're talking about US piece.
the US, lah.
Right.
Not Malaysia.
There was quite a bit of a silence.
Yeah,
after that statement.
y'all were thinking which one I was talking about.
I was thinking actually I think a lot of us take it for granted.
What,
Yeah.
The US safety, is it?
Even I take it for granted, bro.
Why?
Because I know that if I sleep tonight, I can wake up tomorrow and go for a run. And I don't need to, right, when COVID happened, I kind of knew it was going to be lockdown. Ma. Everybody knew, ma,
Yeah, we kind of knew what.
right? But it wasn't official. So when that happened, didn't you feel as if like everybody went into panic mode? It's so easy to just go on hindsight and then look at it now, right? But don't you think at that time, people were like stocking up on canned food?
Yeah, tissue papers. All that.
Yeah, the tissue paper one was some shit stuff.
I remember discussing my parents like, eggs, Maggie mee, all that.
Yeah, it's just what can last, right? And you're thinking, fuck, how? And how long is it going to last? 2 weeks? 2 weeks, I think, okay lah. And
Our first lockdown was how long?
months?
3 months, at least 3 months.
Yeah,
March
ours was 3
to
months
June.
first, man.
The first lifting was the first one was
Speaking to the mic.
Stayed at home for 3 months.
Yeah, bro.
that was the intense one.
Like
man.
hardcore.
That was damn intense, bro.
You
Like,
see, and then we had a temporary freedom, which we also took for granted.
which we fucked up because of this, what? Sabah.
The Sabah election or whatever. And then it went deeper, and then it looked as if like cases kept going up. And I don't know about you guys lah. So I work for my mom, right? And if it's a family business, you can kind of see the anxiousness, You can feel it also lah. I mean, to be honest,
what?
over Zoom calls and shit, you can feel like, oh man, where is the light at the end of this tunnel? And
Yeah.
if this is something that is worrying, right? I can't even fucking imagine a war lah, brother.
Yeah.
And it's something I take for granted. Every day you take it for granted. You never really sit down and be like, wow, actually I'm very grateful. Today I can choose what I want to eat.
Bro, no war, bro.
True that.
Pax
No time.
Americana.
No time for war, man.
Americana.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild, when that shit happened. And only, I think let's be real even early this week. So now it's what, November 5th?
Fifth, yeah.
Early this week, I saw KJ post on his Insta, mask
we have
up.
to.
Yeah, why?
I saw that shit. Yeah, what was it about?
New
Makes
wave
me want to
coming.
pee, so let me go to the toilet.
What the fuck?
Go toilet. What was that? What was that? tweet
I think
about,
we only got half an hour left on the memory card, bro.
Shit.
So- But when he said that also, I was like, oh,
He said mask
my.
up.
Yeah.
Oh, Panic at the Disco, bro.
You know what? When KJ says something, I really take it seriously, because I feel like he comes from a place of effectivity, ma.
Sure.
Right? He's not doing it. Maybe he does. I'm not sure. But when he does say things like that, I'm just like, oh my god, mask up. He said there's a
There's
mini
a
wave.
new wave coming, right?
It's a mini wave. He says mini wave, but I think it's like PR went through that statement, lah, right?
Yeah.
So what is the objective? Make sure people mask up. And he says mask up. There's a mini wave coming.
Sure. I think that's that unique variant in Singapore.
Wow. Hainanese.
It was
chicken
quite
rice.
it was quite fucked up one. The code name is something completely out of this world. Nothing to do with your conventional
COVID-19.
Delta variant or whatever the fuck.
It was some FZ something.
Yeah. It's like totally coded one, right? And it's like fucking imba one, apparently. Like even if you're vaccinated, regardless of what vaccine,
It hits.
it hits. And the only thing that your vaccines will help is, statistically speaking, prevents death.
Holy shit.
Bro, you literally went to the last point, bro.
Yeah, that's the only thing the vaccines will help you with. Other than that, hospitalization rates generally the same, infection rate generally the same. No effect. It basically assumes you have no vaccine, but if you do, congrats, you don't die.
God damn. But it's what I'm trying to say, right? Don't you feel like that whole sense of security that we we don't think about.
Fuck yeah. I wake up in the morning and think about work,
Yeah.
which you should be grateful for on hindsight.
Yeah. And like, I remember like when I was reading through Mahathir's book, right? He's damn against war, ma. And he was saying shops were closed. I'm like, reading a sentence that says shops are closed is very different from walking at Sri Petaling and seeing all the shops are closed.
Yeah. Seeing it,
Bro,
and
shops
smelling
are
it.
closed, bro. Roads are closed, bro. Everything is closed.
No, but war is different, right?
Oh, you can't even go out. I thought
No, war is no electricity sometimes. War is no water.
Yeah, let's not go there, lah.
War is no electricity, no water, bro. War is, even if you stay at home, you can still die,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's some shit like that. I feel like, wow. I'll wake up with that. And then I just go for a run and I forget about that.
Fuck lah, you will not live in a condo, lucky die lah.
Why?
Largest surface area to get hit by a bomb.
Don't worry, like, you are surrounded by condos, so you are not the first to get hit.
I don't see how that helps though.
You die longer. You
Go
live
speak
longer
into the
lah.
mic.
Okay. You don't die first, lah.
Fucker, you hit the lower part of the condo,
collapse,
everything will collapse.
Collapse, lah.
GG bro, I spent on the reno, man.
That's your concern.
But it's something that we take for granted, right? And Joe Rogan always says this is like, oh, you just haven't seen an alien attack yet. You haven't even, first of all, we don't know whether an alien attack will come, right? Maybe we're too stupid. We are like ants, lah. So, like, perspective wise, right? If you see ants on the road, there are either two things. You either kill it or you ignore it.
Yeah.
It's simple, bro. It's like, oh, fuck, that ants here. I'm going to kill it. Spray or I wipe. Or it's not bothering me. Ignore lah. You feel like, what's the point of me having a conversation with an ant? True or not? I think that is the difference of intelligence with us and maybe life out there. Lah. I could be wrong, but...
Right.
So if they were to do it, I think it's either instant death, I hope, or they ignore us, I hope. Because if it's anywhere in the middle, right, bro, I am terrified, bro. I'll be terrified, lah. I think if an alien come to me and treat me like a dog also, I'll be terrified.
I'll just be the dog, no choice.
What you going to do? What you going to do?
Bro, I don't know.
Woof.
Oh, that one is because Makima, bro. But yeah, man. Perspective, right?
No choice. Aliens come, you can't control it. You just have to remember what you can control and what you can't. You can't control aliens come and devastate you intellectually or spiritually or physically, right? Whatever the fuck lah, right? You can't control it.
Hey, but we have the power of love, man.
We have the power of love and
Aliens can't
friendship.
love, man. Later, then they realize.
Maybe they love harder than we do, bro.
Maybe they love and they hug until we die.
That's why you have to embrace stoicism.
Yeah.
All right, it's very, very calming, and it's very like internally it just resets you, puts you into the right perspective.
Can't do anything.
Yeah, you can't control it. Why worry? Worrying isn't going to change things.
I guess. But I think it's more of the... When you realize this water tastes sweeter, lah, so might as well. Lah.
Yeah. How did we get here again?
I don't know.
Something about...
If I know, man.
It's about appreciating times of peace. So if the US were to back out, it's times of war, lah, or at least Cold War. Lah. At the very least, Cold War.
A lot of uncertainty.
I mean, we were close to a war, man. Russia, what was that? A few months ago.
Ukraine.
Bro, Russia-Ukraine is still happening, bro.
It's a war, lah. It's not close to a war. It's actual war.
It's not done, lah.
No, it's not done.
Bro, it is...
Wish it was done, bro.
Funny how we just forgot about it. I mean, the social media, lah.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, it depends on where, lah. So that Holly lady I was talking about from the US, she was saying how, like, actually, it's quite a conversation there.
I would
in the
imagine.
US. Yeah. But she's from Florida, lah, so I don't know, lah.
Yeah.
Hence the whole Florida man, whatever. So it turns out, right, if you Google your birthday and say Florida man, so example, my birthday is 21st of October, I put there Florida man, 21 October, confirm there'll be a story, Florida man, XYZ.
Nice.
Yeah. I thought mine is something like Peeping Tom one. Like what?
I'm going to check mine. This is interesting.
So if you search my birthday, okay, 21 October, then you search Florida man, right? Then you click news. Okay, so mine is naked Florida man accused of killing suspected Peeping Tom.
Whoa.
Mine is news. Florida man wearing a camouflage top and carrying a rifle. Nice.
Ayo. Florida man arrested for allegedly selling 11-year-old girl LSD and...
Wait. So I have to put my date.
Your date? So your birthday lah, right? So when's your birthday?
4th December. So do I put the full
Oh shit,
year?
4th of December?
That's next month.
That's like next month?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Wait. So do we like I put on the year
4
also
December.
lah?
No, 4 December, Florida man.
It's just so 4/12.
No, 4 December, Florida, man. And that's your story. That's
Florida has always stuff lah on every day, is it?
no, it's because it goes to my point of how Florida.
Oh, mine seems wait, let me finish the whole sentence first. Wait,
Careful.
Florida man left boy on the side of the road because he thought he was gay.
You see what I mean? So it only goes back to my point of how news articles will only create headlines just to get clicks.
Yeah, you listening? WOP?
Sorry?
Are you listening? WOP? WOP? I'm just saying, World Buzz.
Oh no, I don't.
No, I'm just saying, are you World Buzz listening?
Oh, are you
to what
listening?
said?
You see what I mean? It's the what's that? News.
Says
No. It's some stupid onion one. What the onion?
Oh, the Onion?
Is it called the onion?
Yeah, the Onion.
You have heard of the onion?
hilarious.
Yeah. It's just all satire lah. Satire humor. One.
It's quite funny.
They will say stupid shit lah. Like I don't know.
They just over exaggerate fake news, but it's sarcasm basically.
Yeah. It's shit like that, but actually that one is quite entertaining lah, I feel.
Babylon B is quite funny also. Hey, you are slowly becoming right wing, right? Go read Babylon B.
I like how you tapped him and said you're slowly becoming right wing.
You started listening to Jordan Peterson,
watching
Steven Crowder,
Ben
Shapiro.
I'm
You're on the
watching
right already, bro.
a lot of these, bro. And Piers Morgan also funny
You
as
will
hell.
soon be Yuzu Media enemy number one, bro.
One time Piers Morgan, Ben Shapiro was talking with Piers Morgan.
Oh yeah, the gun one.
Yeah, and then he just
classic.
tapao
So
Piers
wait, can
Morgan.
you talk nearer? Say again.
That was not like Ben Shapiro. I love his debate. Like literally in every debate, he has his facts.
Yeah. Lawyer.
And you know when you talk, right? You facts up. Okay. Right. You cannot hear, is it?
I don't know, it feels like you're talking far away from the mic. Kinda.
You all can hear me, right?
Okay lah, but it's not as clear as our voice.
But I'm in front of the
Go nearer a bit.
Ben Shapiro.
There you go.
You want me to talk like this? John, fuck you, bro.
I feel like there's a way the mic can come to you.
Bro, you moved the mic. That's why we have the arm, bro.
Engineer.
Hey.
Engineer.
You didn't hear? Is it just me?
No,
It's a bit softer lah.
It's
Slightly
a bit
softer.
softer.
He became softer or what?
A bit. Okay,
Either
you were
way,
saying
you're-
Ben Shapiro, Piers Morgan.
And they were talking about this gun stuff. Then Ben Shapiro is just literally like, Piers Morgan is saying, just ban rifle.
just
Not hand, assault
Just ban rifles.
It's assault rifle, because of the amount of bullets able to shoot in per minute, which is enough to kill a lot of people.
it's an assault weapon.
And then Ben Shapiro is like, bro, why not just guns, Like, then Piers Morgan was like, use handgun for safety or protection, if I'm not mistaken.
Isn't Piers Morgan the football supporter of Arsenal?
I don't know which.
He supports Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
All I know,
The British guy.
yeah.
Okay.
All I know, he used to work for CNN and now he's in Good Morning Britain.
Oh, okay.
So every time they will have like a segment, like a short clip, talking to people to have a debate.
Okay.
Yeah. So interesting stuff happening in the US. And I'm very glad it's still not here in Malaysia because I'll be quite freaked out and
About guns.
not just guns lah. He talks about gender. Like in US right now, there's 100 gender, bro. And in order to talk to like today, like all this while, I've been addressed as you're a man,
Yeah. A he
Down
lah.
there right now, a he. Right there, you're a man cis. Is it man cis?
Cis male.
Cis male. Fuck that shit.
What's
bro.
a cis male?
straight guy?
Straight mail. Oh, have you tried opening a new Facebook account? Then
Why?
You know what he's talking about because on the gender
have a
section
whole
you
list,
can
right?
whole list. Yeah.
You have a whole
You
goddamn
can try. You
list,
can start
No
new Facebook account.
fucking
And
way.
start lah.
bro. Yeah.
You can start now, log out and go and.
So it's
you do that while you continue.
yeah, it's pretty interesting lah. So this guy was talking. Piers Morgan was talking to this guy called Benjamin Butterworth.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's like if I'm not mistaken, he's like a trans activist lah.
Okay.
So he speaks for he's a journalist lah, but I think he's trans as well.
Okay.
Quite interesting,
Where he's a biological male.
I think he's done binary.
I don't know. That's why he calls himself.
That's what he calls himself. But in person, he's a man. Sorry if I offended you, but yeah.
biological male.
Biological male
thinks
who
he's a female.
thinks he's non-binary.
Oh, I think he's non-binary. Okay.
Yeah, so he fights for these people. So they were talking, and then I found it very
wanna log out.
I found it very interesting. You forgot your password.
Yeah.
I found it very interesting that this guy was talking about like how you should call transgender based on how they want to be called. So like
Right.
instead of he, they, or today you can't be a girl, today you can be a guy. You need to give a special dressing, right? Then he called Piers Morgan menses. Then Piers Morgan is like, whoa, you don't call me that, I'm offended now. You know, then he's like, oh, but that's how I should call you. Then Piers Morgan is like, if you want me to call you that, why are you calling me this, you know? See, there's no balance in the thing. So that of course, you got to fight for them. You got to put their place in the thing, right? But they're not willing to do the same for the menses. If that's...
Cis male.
Fuck? What was that?
That was Thunderstorm, right?
No.
Whoa.
Something fell, I think. Sounds like.
You know what was that? The mic drop.
That's a heavy mic.
Was that? That's just one of the conversations that I heard. You know, it was like there's 100 genders, and then they were also talking about the... Ben Chopper were talking about gender as well. And, bro, MJ,
Yeah, why?
after I watched all these Robert Peterson talking about gender pay gap, which I found very interesting. After I watched the Jordan Peterson.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson. I was almost going there, right? So he was talking about the woman versus man equality in terms of
Jobs and
everything. So in
pay
the
and
US, right? I'm not sure in Malaysia, US, like the woman earns 80 cents of the dollar for men.
Yeah.
Right. And then, so I was listening to what he's saying, right? He's saying he came up with his own, he came up with data, you know? So he was talking to this British news anchor. So they're talking halfway, I really can't remember what was the lady's name. Do you remember?
Which one? The one that keep interrupting her. Oh, what are you trying to say is...
Keep interrupting. And then Jordan Peterson, at one point, he gave like a good point, then she just sangkut halfway.
Just sangkut halfway.
Yeah, he got her lah, basically.
Right.
Like, his point of view is that there are some jobs that women in data just are not willing to enter. You know, so he provided some sort of data and everything. You know, so and I strongly agree lah. Like, if we put in Malaysia, right, like, if we're talking about equality and stuff, right, do women actually are willing to do the things that men are willing to do? You know, because that's where are the highest paying salary. You take in context like truck drivers.
Right,
They earn fucking a lot, bro. You 1 month, they 1 trip. That's their salary.
Yeah.
But they drive literally from Johor to Kedah lah. You know? So
In the late hours.
in the late hours, you drive a truck, there ain't no 1 day trip, bro. That's a few days trip.
Because it's slow.
And it's slow and you need to take
Rain.
And there are times where you cannot drive as well if you come in the...
You have to obey the
and
road
also
laws,
when you're driving, right, each truck needs to go through limits. If
The weight limit,
The weight
the height
limit,
limit.
yes. And most time there are companies who try to cut short. So when they try to do so, they try to outlive your truck. So that's why sometimes when some truck drivers, as a truck driver, you just have to do it. You know? So what they will do, they do have WhatsApp groups saying like, this example like, truck gang, depan the police, don't drive first. Then they have to wait, you know, because you're above the limit.
weight limit
You know,
or
you know
whatever.
sometimes when you're driving, right, you see police at the highway. Sometimes they're not checking for what's on the road. They're finding trucks.
Huh.
Yeah. And that's why you see some when you're driving to Kedah or Senggol, you see why got trucks at the road stopping by. Because there are police in front waiting.
That's why
for
they
you.
stop at the toll there.
That's why they stop at the toll. No, the toll.
After the toll lah, they wait there lah.
They chilling. That one they resting. But halfway you drive, right, you just see that some trucks stopping at the side without a hazard or tire punctured. They're chilling there because they're trying to avoid get caught.
Holy fuck.
Interesting.
Yeah, see, I didn't know about this until I went into the logistic line. So these are high-paying jobs.
Yeah, do women want to do it?
Do women want to do that? I'm saying you can, but
But to be fair,
it's a tough job, bro. Men are more willing to do it.
I mean, but you have to. I mean, I'm not siding anyone. So this is just seeing it from my point of view. As a woman, it's very difficult to do that because of the state of the country we are in. So, I give you an example, right? Like, you know, you were saying how in the parking lot, why can't women just park nearer? I mean, arguable, right? But why you need women's parking? Arguable, right? You like equality, all that shit, ma. So initially in the beginning, I used to think the same way. I used to be like, why the fuck? You just park nearer lah, be smarter lah. But if you think about it, right, it's very doable in Japan, but it's not very doable here. Society is different here. Culture here is different. Over here, it's just dangerous. That's like life lah. You know, you were saying how in America you're afraid there are guns and everything, right? And like I also am afraid. I think you can argue that you were afraid as well, right?
You'd be a fool not to be.
Yeah.
True.
Right? You can even walk into Home Depot and buy a gun, basically. They just do background check. If they search your name, it's not there, basically you can buy a
good
gun.
lah.
Simple one. So I was afraid lah, right? But you go to the UK, right? There are no guns. should be safe, ma.
Stabbings.
You're not allowed to bring anything larger than 2 inches.
Yeah, this was a good point also. It was one
Yeah,
of the,
Ben Shapiro brought now.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro brought that out as well.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It really depends on the country. It really, and I'm not saying Japan is safe either. Bro, Shinzo Abe got shot.
Yeah.
Bro,
Makeshift guns and more.
makeshift gun.
Yeah.
This guy,
Twice he shot.
Iron Man, bro.
Because that's how shocked they are. Because wait, I thought this country was safe. And how come no one talks about this? Japan's safest country in the world. Kononia, ex-PM gets shot. Bro, which country ex-PM gets shot? Reagan lah.
John
And he shot-
F. Kennedy.
Oh yeah. And that's how he became the ex-president, bro. Because he got shot. No one talks about that shit. But basically, there's dangers everywhere anyway. So I mean, women like Malaysia truck driver dangerous, bro. To go back to that.
So
lah.
I think what Boy is trying to say is that men are willing to take the risk lah.
yeah.
We are more than willing to do it, lah. You know. So,
So how?
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 Yeah, I really need Epsi to talk about this, man.
Huh?
Yeah, CEO of work need to talk with. Well, after I watch all his video, right, so much insight. I really like, wow, so much.
Boy,
The beginning.
The beninging, bro.
this is how when they ask you, are you woke?
That's when you wake up, lah.
Bro, welcome, bro.
How are you?
The alarm went off already, bro.
Yes.
Just know
But
that.
this is not the kind of woke that
They want you to.
they want you
They
to
were
do.
all,
Bro, this is the polar opposite, bro.
This is sleepwalking, bro.
They want me to believe a different aspect of wokeness.
Yes.
Brother, I'm so sorry, bro. I have Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson on my side, bro. You can't convince me otherwise.
They want you to be Crystal Maiden. Now you Lina, bro. Different.
Wait till he gets to the hunting part, you know. Now you're on this trajectory of the male. Like, how come no one hear our side of the story? What the fuck? You're on this side now.
Yeah.
Then later you go deeper, you go into hunting, you know. You go into animals and shit also, you know. Then you're like, how come? Actually, by right, I should hunt also. Why people complain I cannot even hunt? Why? Then you become right wing officially. You complete the metamorphosis.
Basically
you
a
came
red-
out of your cocoon, you know. You
basically a
become Joe
redneck
Rogan.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, Joe Rogan is not fully to the right. Like he has a lot of left wing.
He is damn left. He's damn left. I'm just saying, but that's how you complete the metamorphosis of being a conservative male. La. You become your dad. La. Like, hey, don't become gay, okay? That type of shit, la. You know, all those old guys, they're like, wait, don't wear a dress, you know. Like, what the fuck?
Boy Gay was like that before his wokeness, by the way.
Why you behave like a girl? You know, things like that.
Hey, don't be like a girl, okay? Don't cry, okay?
Bro, that you can't even say that, you know, right now.
Yeah, you can't say that
You can't
now.
even say that. You can't even say man up, you know?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You
Bro,
can't say grow up hair.
yeah. You know, you can't even say you got a something until the fat lady sings. You know, all these.
Oh shit, you can't say that
Yeah,
now.
you can't say that. It's offensive.
Right, it's derogatory to fat women.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oi. Yeah, I watched another one, something like okay, you know, good actors. The movie is good because the actor is good.
Yeah.
So there was this actor who acted as in a gay role,
But he wasn't gay.
but he wasn't gay.
Yeah.
But the acting was so good,
So gay. Yeah.
so gay. You know. Then this good had a problem with it because it's not a gay fella acting. Why? Yeah. But then Piers Morgan was like, but he acted the role well. The movie was great, and this guy is like, I know, but it wasn't a gay person who acted as a gay. I just feel that it would be more sensible if it was a gay person. Then he's like, but is he a good actor? Yeah. Then the fellow just, you know, once they come to a lock point, right? But no, you got to protect the rights, you know, and shit like that, you know.
It's the same. So on the flip side, there was a bit of a furore with Rings of Power, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power.
That one, another
So
one.
elves, what are
yeah,
elves?
yeah.
Right? Blonde, white, pale.
Aryan, bro.
And then you get a black elf. So it's the same thing.
What the fuck?
No, but for me, it's like, well, okay, so it depends on how you look at it. If you want book integrity, it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
But from what I saw, the acting of the black guy wasn't bad.
It was decent acting.
Decent. But the entire story is quite crap, actually.
Don't watch Ring of
Don't
Power.
watch that,
Just,
just don't.
watch Lord of the Ring.
House of
That's it.
Dragons.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, House of
was
Dragons,
good.
man.
House of Dragons was good.
I also heard there is this it's not aligned because if you look at Lord of the Rings, it's mostly white people. But then if you look at Rings of Power, then how come some they got different like Asian lah, got black on it. And how come like what happened to all of them in Lord of the Rings?
Don't know. But actually, that wasn't a big. That wasn't a big issue. I feel like it was the storyline. lah.
It's just a storyline.
It's a shit.
They
It's
didn't,
bad,
they didn't do justice.
No. They veered very far from the book, because the way J.R.R. Tolkien writes things is like, so. For example, orcs.
It was brutally.
Now you all follow the Warcraft story of
yeah,
orcs?
I do. Orcs are.
No, so
elves.
orcs in Warcrafts, right? They are like they're finding a home. They just want a base, and so they can be happy.
You're talking about
Warcraft orcs.
The followers
Thrall,
Thrall, and then after
right.
that was I can't remember.
Right. So anyway, orcs are depicted as such in Warcraft. In J.R.R. Tolkien's world, orcs are irredeemable elves. You become orc, you're not changing really.
What is an orc?
An orc is a fallen elf. It's an elf that became an orc.
Yeah, I know.
They,
What's
they are basically elf who's been tortured so
Corrupted.
bad they became orcs.
Yeah.
So basically, they just mistreated elves, technically.
No, they're not mistreated. No, they're
tortured.
bad.
They are tortured. They were tortured to become.
But I think they wanted they're like fallen elves like that.
Something like that.
I mean, they
lah.
look like
Yeah.
they are dismembered.
They're the complete opposite of elf, but they used to be elves, lah, right? So in Tolkien's world, right, orcs are irredeemable.
You know,
The bad is the bad. That's it. No one's changing. So in the new story, the director decided to spin it and say that, oh no, we're gonna run that storyline of, oh no lah, these orcs are brutal and bad because they want to find a home. These are the kind of things. You veer so far from the author, right? Things like that.
I don't think veering far away from the source material is bad. I just feel like execution is what makes things good or bad. Sometimes it's the execution, bro. And I think it's the way it's done. So I give you an example, lah, right? Like, do you think Spider-Man, the 3 movies under Marvel Studios was good?
Which one?
Like
Homecoming, Far From Home, and
No Way Home.
I think it was okay lah.
It's okay lah. It's not bad lah. Right?
decent.
It's not bad ma. Like we can argue it's actually one of the better Marvel movies compared to the Thor Dark World.
Jesus Christ.
Right. So can say it's above average lah. You look at the source material, right? It's very different. There's no Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
Auntie May is the Uncle Ben, and that's only found out at the 3rd movie. Iron Man helps him. Never helped him. Right? He actually he's got good friends. Never had friends in high school in the comic books.
No Nat, no
Nat, no Zendaya, ma, right? MJ actually is the girl that don't like him. He don't even know who MJ is only. Later on only, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he actually falls in love with Gwen first.
Gwen first.
Gwen Stacy first, ma.
That's
Right?
why I like the Amazing Spider-Man.
Whatever lah. I mean, it's up to you lah, right? But that one is like really 100%. But he didn't skateboard lah. My point.
Yeah.
You know. But it's just how you adapt it, right? So I think if like you want to really take it from the author, you can either go the Zack Snyder route or you can go the Joss Whedon route lah. Is my point. Zack Snyder is you watch Watchmen and you read Watchmen is page for page adaptation. You watch his what's that called, the Black and White Sin City. It used to be a comic book. It's page for page. You're gonna ask me like, wow, John, you read a lot of shit. I don't read a lot of shit. I just watch all analysis videos. But basically, you're either a Zack Snyder or Joss Whedon. This guy just went the Joss Whedon route lah.
I think there is one key difference. I think with Marvel, I think even within the writing itself, there's a lot of flex in the comics itself. There's a lot of flexibility to go different direction, right? So maybe it started with Stan Lee, but the rest about Stan Lee, Kubrick, or whatever, the rest, like it's culturally like that, and generally the author is okay to think in different directions. I think with Lord of the Rings, the difference is that first and foremost, it's a lot more detailed.
Because of the Elven language, because of the
and the similarity and all that stuff. And I think that Tolkien was very, very, like he wanted to put out a message, his message. And Peter Jackson, right, the director of the first 3 films, actually honored that.
I see.
And so why are you veering from that? Because that works. And you know, the guys, the showrunners of Rings of Power, they actually asked Peter Jackson, can we use your name put onto our screenwrite? You know what Peter Jackson say?
No.
Fuck you.
No, can you send me the script?
Oh.
They didn't send him and they didn't come back to him.
Oh shit. That's when you know you give a fuck. He gives a fuck.
Yes. And he said it in 2002. He said, We don't want to put in our own message because the work of art, like, I'm not saying that what Tolkien wrote is better than Marvel. I'm just saying that Marvel is always evolving. There's always things.
Yeah, with the times as well. Right?
Yeah, and things like that, fine. Tolkien's work and George R.R. Martin's work with Game of Thrones, right? They created an entire world, and that is what people want to see.
This sounds like such a One Piece fan.
Yeah.
It sounds like a One Piece fan
depends.
saying this shit.
Like, yeah, honestly,
It's about the world building.
Stan Lee created great premises for a character that you can adapt into many situations.
Yeah, you can relate to.
But geniuses like George R. R. Martin and Tolkien, they create the world already. Don't do it. People want to see what's in the books.
I suppose so lah, but it's also the level of detail that when you can achieve with a story when you read it.
Fair enough. I agree with that. Like for a case example, the actual throne in the Game of Thrones was adapted because of technical difficulties. They were supposed to be like thousands of swords,
bro.
but then they reduced it to a bit. I understand that. That one is a cosmetic change. But when you change the core message, so to give you a sense, right? One of the core messages in Tolkien's work. Okay, and this one has a lot of Ring fans.
Lie.
I just got work on this today.
got work?
In Tolkien's work, right, there is no hero. So yes, if you remember the story, right, what was the object? So one of the big questions a lot of people ask, right, hey, if the only way to destroy the ring is to
toss
throw
it
it
in
into
the
Mount
lava.
Doom,
Yeah.
why didn't Sauron put any armies there to prevent people from doing it?
Yeah, but I mean they did have to go through a bit.
You know why? Do you know why? The reason is because Sauron knew that the ring's power was so strong, no one would be able to do it. And if you think about it, there were only 2 attempts made
Isildur
to put Isildur and Frodo.
fail.
Both of them failed.
Both fail.
And you remember how the ring got destroyed?
Accident.
It got accident because Smeagol took the ring, he tripped and fell into the lava.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So that is Tolkien's story because Tolkien is a Catholic, he's a Christian. He believes that at the end of the day, the person who's going to defeat Sauron, or in the Christian world, sin, is not going to be human beings. It's going to be God. And so that was divine intervention, right? And Aragorn didn't do shit. Legolas didn't do shit. Gimli didn't do shit. Gandalf didn't do shit. The Rohirrim, you realize the Rohirrim came and people were like, yeah, the Rohirrim failed. They died off. Theoden failed. They died. When
They died, man?
Theoden died, but remember?
Yeah, Theoden lost.
Right.
I mean, Theoden died, but they won the war lah.
So-
because of the ghost though.
So a deeper underlying message that Tolkien is trying to give you is that to defeat evil in this world, you cannot do it through power. You cannot do it through power. That's why you can raise all the armies you want. You can have as many horses as you want. You can have the army of the dead. You can have all these things. But at the end of the day, when they were in front of the Black Gate, it was only a bunch of them and the entire army of Mordor.
They were gonna get their ass whooped, lah.
Yeah.
This is some fucking crazy shit.
And when Aragorn said for Frodo,
Then they go.
they were
Rally
ready. They were ready to die. And of course, smaller symbolism, like when he says for Frodo, who were the first 2 people who ran with him?
The Hobbits.
Merry and Pippin.
Merry and Pippin.
To signify that they were the weakest, but they were running in front. So when they run in front, everybody, Gimli and Legolas and the guys are like, oh, how can we do this? Then everyone ran together. It's so, and the second message is that like you don't do the right thing because you think you can get the results. You do the right thing because it's the right thing.
Yeah.
And even if you haven't failed, the guys there in front of the Black Gate, they were ready to die. And so then back to Frodo, they brought the ring and he failed, and Smeagol. So that thing, right, is the core of Tolkien's
Message,
belief. Message. You do not mess with that because that is absolutely key. With Ring of Power, Galadriel, a young Galadriel, is seen as someone who wants to solve things with power. Absolute no. And every time they try, they fail. And in fact, every time in Lord of the Rings, when the good guys use power to overcome,
Never works.
it never works.
Sort of lost though. Let me think. Let's think.
Yes, no. You see, the Rohirrim never, like, they solve a particular situation.
There is a new challenge that comes forth on.
Correct. So everything, that's why there was a very important question. Why didn't Sauron defend Middle-earth, defend Mount Doom? Because he didn't need to. He said, no way, it is impossible someone who holds the ring will throw it down. And up to today, it's still true, lah, right?
It's only by accident.
Wait,
Yes.
Smeagol bit his hand and then he fell down, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He bit his hand. Okay.
So up to the end, no one overcome the power of the ring.
Only
no one.
divine
Smeagol,
intervention.
wait,
Only divine
But
intervention.
Smeagol was corrupted for the ring.
Yes.
But he didn't wear the ring.
Yes.
Huh? He never wore it, man?
Huh?
He just hold it. He's just like precious.
No, but people can feel the sense of the ring.
yeah.
And also, I mean, this gets into the deeper parts of it's very deep, right? So like the ring, right, is not just someone who gives you power, and they also gives you dreams. That's why it's the purest guy there, Samwise Gamgee, right? When he saw the ring, right?
He threw it away.
No, he didn't.
Wait,
Remember,
when
he had
he saw the
visions.
ring-
No, he had visions of going back to the Shire and
With
all
his
that.
wife.
The ring was planting
Oh,
that
yeah.
vision. So even someone
Like
like
flashback,
Sam,
right?
even the purest guys in the room, which are the hobbits, they can't do it.
Even Frodo, like last minute, he like looking at it, he like, actually, maybe I shouldn't throw it.
No, he just took it. He became Isildur, bro. No, Sam.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
nobody do it.
Holy
But
shit.
their role in the divine arc of the story is to bring the ring there.
It's just to deliver it, lah. They are basically Jedi.
Right. And in the Tolkien world, the god is called Eru Ilúvatar. He is the one that caused it to fail.
I need to rewatch Lord of the Rings.
I think so too,
Yes.
man. I
When
think that's
you-
my Sunday agenda, guys.
You rewatch this
Bro,
with this,
must
then you
watch
see it's like, whoa.
Ultimate
whoa.
Edition, bro. Ultimate Edition. The first one a bit boring, but the Balrog scene quite cool. Second one pretty good movie. But Two Towers.
2 Towers.
Return of the King very nice as well.
Boromir had he wanted the power
But
of the
he
ring.
managed
and he
he died.
Yes.
Boromir, my favorite character.
Wait, isn't he the guy that says one does not
Sean
see?
Bean.
That's that guy lah, that's the guy lah.
He wanted the power, and because of that he died.
correct. So that is the story. You cannot remove that from Tolkien.
sad.
So with Rings of Power, do you feel as if they skewed away from that?
They went the Game of Thrones route. Okay, now you go to Game of Thrones, right? Game of Thrones is about power, is about that the people who are going to solve the problem, who's going to defeat power, is the person who is going to gain more power than the other person. For example, the Starks, Robb Stark, Catelyn Stark, and all that, they died during the Red Wedding.
Yeah.
By Walder Frey and the Lannisters and all that.
That one, the stabbing one, right?
Correct. Then the
Pregnant lady lah, then kena stab one.
Correct. Then after that, in the later seasons, Arya Stark came back and
Sapu
stabbed
everybody.
revenge and then cooked one of the
She
guys.
become like an assassin type shit, right?
Correct. So the story is always about some form of vengeance, some sort of revenge, and it's just power over power. And so it's what George R. R. Martin is doing is that he is describing the world as we see it.
Like who is the hegemon and what,
Yes.
whatever they are willing to like America and China. And
Correct. So it's like we will defeat evil with power. Then when the person has power, he becomes evil.
Oh shit.
Let's give an example.
Correct. Exactly. Daenerys Targaryen.
Daenerys. But
Classic.
Daenerys, she had power, and then there's a lot of conflicting issues that just make her
For
use.
the record, I didn't watch Game of Thrones, but I don't know how I know this.
Season 8 was shit.
You know
Yeah,
more than
shit,
I
nice.
do, man.
Huh?
Like, you know more than I do, and I watch. the
You
whole
watch it because of Facebook. You're scrolling through, and then you saw.
Yeah.
So Tolkien.
Wait, sorry, Daenerys
Targaryen
is the blonde chick, right?
the
it's
dragon.
white
She's the hot chick,
white
She's
She's
the
the
one
hot
that
one.
she's the
Emily,
hot one.
Emily Clark.
Emily Clark, and
yeah.
then like the Samoan guy, the guy.
Because Khal Drogo, he died early on.
Damn sad, bro. Khal
Then he's
Drogo.
like, "Oh, you're my moon," the type shit, right?
Yeah. So they have very different kind of philosophies. One is like the.
Oh shit!
Habis.
Oh no.
Fuck lah. I got my.
I unread it.
There's no more memory card, is it? Like.
Still recording. We have 15 more minutes.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Alright.
We call it in this.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I just saw the fucking.
Good catch, man. I sit next to it.
It was on.
Bro, you all have no idea. I've been monitoring. My eyes have been seeing. Is that still recording? Is that still recording? And I'm still having a conversation. It's so difficult. I swear to
Cool.
God.
Okay, now we know 15 minutes. So anyway, just to finish, right? That's why Tolkien is a complete opposite. Tolkien is power can never win. at
And
the end
then
of the
R.
day.
Martin is power will become evil.
No, power will always be there. That's why there's a famous phrase of the wheel spinning. Right? In Good Game of Thrones, there's a power is just a wheel. Today it's your turn.
Oh shit.
And then someone else's turn.
That's fucking mad.
And so it's all about revenge, vengeance, power over power, overpowering, blah blah. I have more dragons than you. So like right now, House of Dragons, House of Dragons is straight away. It's like, how many dragons you got? I got how many dragons? You kill my son, I'm gonna kill your son.
The part Vega tapao Arex.
So if you know the story,
I know the story.
You know Blood and Cheese.
Actually, I know Blood and Cheese also.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this
Blood and Cheese was gonna kill
tit for tat.
Right now in House of Dragon.
He's enjoying this shit so much.
It's quite interesting. House of Dragon, right? So there's this in the story, the son actually intentionally killed Luxurious and then he take off his eye. Luke. But in the movie, he's like, no, but he couldn't control the dragon.
So look, I am your father.
No, not the
No.
guy.
Lucerys took Aemon's eye.
Last time. But then now he wanted revenge. So in the series, basically he kill.
I somehow doubt, right, people who are listening to this podcast
Know what
are
they're
understanding what the fuck this
Some
is.
will
Never
lah,
mind. They
some
way or another.
Did you watch this, Drew? Did you watch?
It's great. I cannot wait for.
Ayo, we spoil for him.
I cannot wait for. Blood
Don't
and
worry
Cheese,
about
man.
it. I don't know what the fuck
Yeah,
you're saying.
blood. Yeah, so blood. So it's
Blood
tit for
and
tat.
cheese, yeah.
But in Sauron, it's like you want to tit for tat. Okay. In Lord of the Rings, won't happen.
Basically, Sauron trying to say I'm.
No, basically,
Yamamoto.
divine intervention is too strong. It's like no matter
Correct.
what, the ring is too strong.
Yeah. So then a lot of people ask, well, if divine intervention, why do anything lah? So the response is,
You need human.
yes, but we would like the god in the scene would like you to still
Try.
participate and try.
Which is not
That's
wrong.
kind of fucked up.
You gotta work.
But actually, it's very metaphorical of life, though, don't you think? Like sometimes you're.
Yeah. Let me try and explain it in the current context of election.
Shit.
We know who Sauron is. Okay, we know who are the Saurons of this country.
Terrorists.
I mean, you might,
Your fucking hatred.
maybe she's a Urukai. No. So anyway, you put it in this context. A lot of people are saying, "Why vote if I cannot change the results?"
Because
that's your ego talking first and foremost. That's you saying, "I can throw the ring into Mount Doom. I can defeat Sauron." And what I would say is that you should do the right thing not because you can get a result. You do the right thing because it's the right thing.
Damn.
That's it. And it's not up to you to determine the result. It's your job to participate and do it. Even if it lose until the end, when you die, you should still do it.
You should be the hobbits that lead the way, lah.
You should be a hobbit. That's it. Yeah.
You should be MP BJ lah, bro.
MBBJ what?
He should be the MP for PJ.
Bro.
No point lah. It's a pointless. It's a pointless one to be.
Bro, PJ is the one that will always win anyway,
Always win,
bro.
bro.
You should
our
be looking
majority.
at other places.
You know
bro.
our majority is 100K. You know, 100,000. You know, literally an army. You know.
If you really want to make a change, you should be going to very difficult areas to win.
Kelantan lah, Terengganu.
Oh yeah, bro. You know,
Then you
Beside
would
the
make a
place,
dent.
You know, right now I've been driving past by OEG a few times, and I keep seeing all these BN flags. I'm like, why are they wasting their money? No way, OEG and Seperti area is gonna lose, man.
You don't know that, bro.
Bro, if we lose, right, something's going on.
You don't know that, bro.
Yeah,
We don't know.
we don't know.
Dude, not gonna lie.
Something fishy.
I'll vote for whoever reduces income tax, lah, bro.
Oh, that's a rich man talking, man.
I'll do it.
It's a rich man talking.
Rich man talking, man.
Every day I look at my payslip, fucking stupid. Hi. Reduce it, abolish it.
You pay the amount, you get potholes in return, right?
Oh, no problem. I'll drive my Porsche over it.
Yeah.
You buy a tank already.
Yeah, bro.
There's a joke that Dr. Jason Leong just told that I went. It's quite. How many more minutes?
Single digit. Can't see eyesight's bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to recall the joke like I forgot already. It's something about roads and tanks.
I think no matter what happens, and I think at this point everybody knows you're from OUG lah. You're
Yeah.
from PJ lah, but no one will give a fuck about OUG lah. Maybe I've come to consensus with this. I just accept
You
it.
gotta do the right thing, man.
Got it right.
I still will vote.
Participate. Gotta be the hobbit.
You gotta be for OUG.
For
For
Frodo.
OUG, you just run. There'll be people behind you. Yeah, maybe there's only a few.
I hope the first step
You gotta run.
is they remove all these buggers putting a
just
rubbish bin on parking when it's for the public.
Yeah. I
Like-
hope I just don't trip over a pothole lah.
Who's in charge of Oakland Road?
It's technically still Teresa.
Teresa, my man, my woman.
Okay, careful.
Damn you.
Careful.
The
Maybe she's
whole
a man
road is
today.
still fucked lah.
Please, just stop double parking.
Yeah, it's so bad. But okay lah. With that, Thanks for coming.
Divine interventions has prevented us
Yes.
to go further. Yes, divine.
I appreciate it. I'm only sorry.
I feel like we're only warming up.
We just started. I feel like
kinda
I
sad,
just
man.
started.
Yeah,
I just
honestly,
started.
right?
I can go grab another memory card. But it's already 11 p.m. lah.
Yeah.
Where is the memory card?
It's in my car, but I would need to swap and then I need to stop and start.
How long will it take?
No, but I think I will have to make a move as well.
Oh, okay, okay.
Where you need to go?
No, tomorrow morning I have work, bro.
Oh shit!
Hustle.
Gotta work, man.
If we came and started earlier, confirm.
Yeah, but divine
Divine intervention.
Bro, but you know, to be fair, you're the only guest that's come on this podcast 3 times in a row.
Yeah, so you add all together.
Correct.
But doesn't
You're
work
cheap
that-
leader, bro.
7.
Doesn't work that way.
You know, I'm still behind Yiheng lah.
Wow.
6 plus
6 plus
4, 10. Still behind.
Sorry, bro. Not doing
Okay,
good
it's
now.
okay.
You're 9, right, I
You
think?
played the volume game, bro.
Yeah.
I'm 4th time, 5th time, world's
Yeah,
your
man.
master.
You know what's the saddest part? I feel like we didn't even talk about the Mate thing.
Didn't talk about the thing. Do you realize that all 3 podcasts, you never talk about investing? That's the funniest thing. Bro.
Yeah, bro. Fucking hell. Let's talk about the patriarchy,
Patriarchy, talk about Lord of the Rings.
geopolitics.
It's
Well,
like, but I think that's the joy, right? Like I think maybe people, if they want that financing, they come to you lah.
Yeah,
You
so
go to
talking,
Viral lah.
talking
Oh,
about that, guys, you guys are looking for finance tips again.
Just go to Viral, man.
Go to Viral. They'll be able to provide
thank
you one of the best thing. Literally every day or any update, you can get in your email as well. Very efficient. I like it. And your newsletter, very efficient. And
I like the reason we have failed. I'm like, wow.
yeah, I actually open it,
Damn.
bro. MJ, chill.
Yes,
Yeah,
What the fuck, this guy?
you did. I think one
So I
of his,
forget because we send like maybe one email a week.
Yeah, lah.
Yeah.
At least lah.
How can you not remember? That's like quite a headline, man.
Yeah, we have failed. I felt we have failed. Can't remember, but got failed. Then like, oh, chill, MJ. Then I click lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty efficient with what they do. Yeah, so check them out.
Yeah, man.
Guzman, thanks guys for
Thank you for coming.
Don't worry.
see
There'll
you
be a
guys
part
in
4
2023. Gotta
Fuck off lah, you. We
How
will
to-
see each other sooner
how
than
to
that.
beat. Gotta climb up, go after the.
Yeah, so hopefully don't be she or man or menses or by.
I'll identify myself as
Two Spirit Penguin?
Toyota Corolla.
Be nice.
It's a good car. Very solid choice.
That was his first car.
Yeah. I was joking with him like, hey, I should I would like to identify myself as a billionaire. That's my sexual orientation.
Yeah. Tomorrow I'm gonna be a girl lah.
It's okay. No one listens until
No one
the end, so
listens, yeah.
it doesn't matter.
They do, bro.
Yeah.
If you listen all the way, you should comment a certain emoji. But
Yes. What's the emoji? Yeah, what emoji?
What's the
should put?
emoji of the day? Cash dollar bills.
Dollar
bro.
bill, yeah.
Dollar bill.
Billionaire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
So
dollar
if you listen to the end of the podcast, comment dollar bill in the comment section. But if you're listening to this on Spotify, can you please just go to the YouTube video and then comment that shit if you do it. Love you long time, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
See you guys.
Welcome back to Youngster Sessions part 3 of
Yes.
MJ Kani.
4, part 4.
Oh,
3.5 lah, 3.5.
3.5 lah. Yeah.
3.5.
So we forgot to ask the final question. So today we're going to be asking the final question,
Yes.
which is from Yiheng. But I think if you listen to the podcast, actually you listen to Yiheng's question already lah.
I did, but I forgot already.
It's okay,
One week ago. 6 hours.
Okay, so the question is, if money is not a concern for the rest of your life,
Okay.
what would you be doing instead?
Well, this really not good. No, just kidding.
Baller.
Gotta flex it the way Ian talks about his watches, right? Yeah, some context is like I've already watched the
Yiheng podcast.
yeah. So the question is, if money wasn't an issue,
What would you be doing instead?
what would I be doing instead? So I wouldn't be like so I'm not a traveler as well. So I wouldn't like travel around a lot. Where would I start? Can you give me some ideas?
Bro,
You'll be a feminist.
MJ, you're asking the wrong guy because I'll tell you, MJ,
Yeah.
it's time you go and travel. Just go to fucking Japan lah. What the fuck? Why don't you go to Japan and go find some One Piece shit? Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't you want to do that?
Yeah, but it's temporary, right? So
It's okay.
like
oh,
so when someone says, right, that like I don't know whether this is what Young meant when he asked the question, but I think what he means is like anything you want to do in the world, you want to buy a private jet, you want to essentially start
what
a
would you
country.
be doing lah? Actually, it's not what would you buy
Yeah.
lah. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
So doing is an action, right? Or
Yeah.
rather, it's a. I think if money wasn't an object for me.
Right.
I can just pay for anything also, right? I think what I'll be doing is probably podcasting all day long. Like just go and have different guests, pay them to come to my
a good one.
podcast, talk to them every time, just leech off their info.
I think I'll start a school now they mention it.
Ooh.
And the subjects are like very odd one.
Can you give me 3? I
So
almost
like for
wanna sign
example,
up.
how to talk to girls.
Ooh, that would be fucking good.
But you can't be the teacher, right, MJ?
Huh?
Why cannot?
It's okay. So, no, I do the funding only.
joke lah.
I do the funding only. I don't teach, right? Yeah, I think that's one.
Actually, a school is a great idea.
Yeah.
School's a great idea. Yeah.
Like how do you basically it's very topical. So one of the interesting things about they asked Warren Buffett this question. Like if he were to conduct a class on business, because he's like this top investor, right? What he would do, you know? And he would say like, oh, I'll talk about theory for 2 weeks and then the rest of the year is case studies. Okay, so what he's trying to say there is that a lot of subjects actually don't have to exist. It's essentially what he's saying. And people ask him like, why are like business schools like 3 years long?
Yeah.
And then they say, well, they need to find something to fill up the time and to fill up the money that they get paid, right? So if I were to create a school, it will be something like that where you have these individual unique programs and you get subject matter experts depending on the field. Some fields are more theoretical, some fields are more practical. So like for example, if you know, even like that one that I talk how to talk to girls, right? That is only a component of, let's say, like relationship as well,
Communication. Yeah.
right? And in fact, we always bash political moral, right? I was listening to, I can't remember one of your pod, you were bashing
Yes.
the
Yes.
36. By the way, that's 41 now, I think. 40 over.
Jesus.
Yeah, they
They
increased
added
it.
5?
Four, but they added already. All you Gen Zs listening can let me know lah if actually happened. But they added already. So actually, the intent of political moral is very good, right? It teaches you how to be ethical, like the basic ethics. No, the intent only. Of course, what appears, right? You know, 80-20 lah.
I don't know. The camera is not looking at my face, so it's
Yeah.
like a lot of hesitance right now, bro.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, you know, even basic etiquette,
Yeah.
right? Things like that.
Basic etiquette isn't not moral though. It's just like it's quite generic. So
Civics, maybe, I don't know.
They
I
try.
can't remember. They tried. No, exactly. They tried, right?
try lah.
Well, intention and results totally different. So yeah, I mean, you name 3, right? So one is
Talking to
let's say how
girls.
to go, or like just dating in general. Not that I'm an expert. I'll create a school for this. So it'll be very, very odd things. Then I want to say like video editing, graphic design, but then I think that's now like quite mainstream already. So what I would say is like another one would be like making money online.
a course on how to make money online.
How to make like money online, or how to start a YouTube channel. You know, something like that. Something a bit
unorthodox.
yeah, and it can be as theoretical as like, oh, this course is going to be like, okay, this is the third one, learning to learn, for example,
Ooh.
right?
Oh shit.
So it's all these odd things where it's not mainstream. Not that I'm bashing on mainstream or that mainstream is bad or anything, because they have their function. But I think all these side skills, you know, like we always say, why do I learn Pythagoras theorem when I don't know how to pay taxes?
Yeah.
Which is true lah. Like even today also, right? If I want to pay taxes, I have to go and rewatch the videos, read. Did I,
Yeah.
right?
Did I do it the right thing? Did I click the right thing?
Basic thing. So I will create this school. I don't know what you're going to name this school lah, but it's going to be this oddball lah. Let's call it. It's an oddball school.
Sekolah kebangsaan oddball.
Oddball school.
Bola pelik.
It's funny.
Actually, that's quite smart. I don't know why no one has thought of that.
No, it's called YouTube lah. I mean,
I know, but
but
like,
now you have to search, right?
yeah.
So one of the trends that I'm watching now, right, is that people are asking me questions, and I myself also are asking questions that can be Googled,
Yeah.
right? It's a Googleable answer, and sometimes people ask you, "Hey, what is the website for the voting?" You're like, "Hey, bro, it's literally you can take that and put in Google and find out."
Yeah.
But because you ask, right? So why am I saying this? Is because it's a trend now that people don't just want access to information and things like that, right? Google came about because, greatly because information was stored in libraries and things like that, and now it came into the world, right? Things like that. But now the next issue is not like how much information is out there; it's how do you curate that information, and there's a need for curated, information, and that's what like universities are supposed to be anyway. They're supposed to say like, you want something, we can tell you the information that's relevant to what you're trying to do. But of course, a lot of universities have lost their relevance. So I would, why I think this school example would be great is because it's, I don't know, it's like bringing the horse to the water, right? Last time the horse don't even know where's the
water.
Yeah. And you know, I mean, take the example of like talking to girls. Or like, no one even thinks that it's something that they should learn, right? In fact, it's a bit embarrassed, right?
It's quite difficult to approach this topic because you have to overcome it yourself to some extent also.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? But then we all know it's a damn important skill, and it's not just for dating.
Yeah,
I mean,
bro.
it's like working life or anything, right?
Especially if you go to a boys' school, I think it's
Yeah.
quite difficult to overcome that too.
It's like, I still remember I was a cashier for my mom's shop, and then this really cute girl, she was a lot older, but she was really cute, came up, want to order, bro. I don't know how to give change, bro. I just hang because she was so good looking.
Is it Bakerzin?
He wishes it's
Then I was like, you know, things like that. But you know, it's functional, and you know, it's very important.
I think a lot of guys go through that. I don't know where Andrew has gone through that. I've gone through
for
that.
sure. What the
You've
hell?
gone through that? Like that pause, like the girl is so hot until you're like,
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
yeah, man. Actually, maybe it's just the overwhelming thing.
Yeah,
Maybe,
yeah.
maybe it's overwhelming.
Yeah, but that's a good answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, legit.
Damn, man. Fuck. Thanks for coming all the way.
Do I have to ask my question so that people know my question and they can look forward to the next?
Actually,
right?
you should, because the next guest is... Who's the next guest after MJ? It's Maping, right?
So let me ask the question now.
Mm.
Let me go because it was quite long, right?
The question was quite long, but I remember it was a good question as well. It
Yeah.
was
Hold on.
something... No, that's her question for John.
No, it's the unpopular opinion one.
Contrary to unpopular belief.
Yes. Okay. Wait. I know you know already, but I read out just for
Okay.
Okay. So the question I have for the next guest is, what is one belief that many people don't believe in, but you strongly do, and this belief will be publicized and viral. Social pressure will be huge or big, but you will still be willing to defend it.
Actually, your answer quite solid also.
Quite solid.
Quite solid.
Forward.
Yeah.
Forward.
Very
Stay
solid.
tuned.
Yeah,
Stay
man.
tuned.
Thanks, MJ, for coming by.
Coolios.
I'm only sorry that it's not another 6 hour or whatever.
Yeah, it's okay. Next one, 2023.
Next one, now 3.5 only, can be 4.0.
2023.
But you're a lot of first, actually. You're the only part 3. You're the only guy that had to come out second time.
Yeah, man.
So technically, you got first for a lot of things also.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Cool. Thanks,
Let's
guys.
go makan.